clubs, like what are you mostly playing? Like pop stuff or like
90% of the time, it's gonna be top 40 hip hop. So like mainstream hip hop, and I'll slide in like top 40 Afro beats and dancehall.
okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. And it depends on the club. Like the other 10% of the time, I'm gonna play like four on the floor stuff, dance stuff, or like just mashups that have like a little bit more houseier shit. So it's
I
more
feel
like,
ya.
yeah,
Yeah, something to dance to, you know?
exactly. How about you? I see you in the studio right now.
Yeah, I just moved my studio out of my house. This is my big shot trying to do it as a career, you know?
It looks
Um
nice in there, man.
Thank you. I'm all about the look, you know, all the LEDs and shit. I got all my records here. When an artist comes through, anybody who records on the mic, I get them to sign a record. Spitty's up here.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. Are
Yeah.
you in Toronto?
No, bro, London.
London, damn. I gotta come through there one day.
Absolutely, bro. You should come through. I used to be a DJ. I did house and dubstep.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was back when I was in university, and I just kind of
Right.
I fell into doing hip hop. I've always like written little raps here and there, you know. So I've been involved. I came
Yeah.
from more of like a grungy, like new metal, like rap rock style.
Nice.
But yeah, when I was a DJ, it was all house, all like house and dubstep
Yeah.
and stuff. And then
That stuff is fun though.
it is, you know, it's the thing that I like about it's the thing that I miss about it is the creativity when it comes to producing like electronic music. Hip hop is generally
Yeah.
it's about the rapper, right? It's not about the beat as much. So I'm
I
slowly
think
getting
that's when I
back
kind of
into,
started leaning into house.
yeah, no, that's exactly it, man.
Yeah.
And
That's why I started
yes,
leaning into the house because you could do more with the mashups or the edits.
while you're mixing, you can do more with house. Yeah. Yeah. Jelli's Underground is probably the biggest one. So yeah, you can send people there. It's tough, man, because I've got, you know, I several, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, follow me on the gram. I'll follow you back too.
for sure. I'll pull it up right here. Pull it up right here.
Nah, it's just straight North English.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Is my mic okay? Is this audio working out? Okay, cool. Yo, are you using Serato North?
Check.
Yeah, I use Serato this year. So I learned on CDJs, like on actual CDs, like on CDJ 800s.
Okay.
Then I learned Serato, which is like what I did for most of my life. And then I learned on records a little bit. Like I learned how to beat match on records. But I've never done a vinyl set. I'm looking to do one a little bit. Like I learned how to beat match on records. I do have a lot of vinyls. Maybe I could do not a long set, maybe like a 30-minute vinyl set, but it's gonna be
Right.
really cheap. But I gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
And now I'm just straight USBs into the CDJs. That's where I'm kind of trying to get my feet into now.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
USB
USBs,
sync the
yeah.
CD, so you don't need to bring your laptop with you everywhere you're going,
Exactly.
right?
The last two parties I did, my laptop was at home chilling. I literally just pulled up with my USB stick
Right, right. That's, I mean,
and my
that works
headphones.
out. I've seen,
That's dope. But the only thing
well,
is
it's,
you don't have your effects. So I'm trying to get an effect pad that I could put into a third channel.
oh, interesting. I never
Yeah.
got as far as like adding extra gear. All I really used was just my CDJ.
Which ones did you have?
Well, actually, I don't know if it's I might be using the wrong term. It just had a tractor
Oh,
S2
controllers.
controller. Yeah, I just had a
Yeah.
controller. Yeah, yeah.
That's sick.
That's what I was using. Um, I just seen that Serato links with Tidal now. Is it Tidal or Deezer? I think it's
Yeah.
Tidal, and so you don't
They have
even need to keep.
Tidal. Could you get the door for parents? They have Tidal and they have, I think they have Spotify now too. But I know they have Tidal for sure.
Hmm.
One sec.
All right, are you guys good to start? How you guys feeling?
I'm good. I might move, but I'm good.
Okay, sick. I'm just putting a little
Yeah.
Instagram, letting people know that we're live. I'm just tagging you guys. You guys can just reshare it if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want. So it has the link.
Definitely.
And if you guys want to check the chat, just go to either twitch.tv/Spitty95 or youtube.com/Spitty95. And then you can see the chat. Just mute the video, otherwise you're going to hear yourself back.
Okay.
Because there's like about a 10-second delay when you
Okay.
live stream.
Spitty95. All right.
Yeah, it's live right now. You're just going to see like this like stream starting soon thing. I put like a little buffer so people can kind of get ready.
Yeah.
Last week was dope though, so I think it'll be good again.
All right. Shit.
Like,
Okay.
Yo, Jelly, we lost you. We lost you again, bro. Where is he going? We don't know. Yo, Jelly. Oh, are you back?
Yeah, yeah. Am I coming through?
Yeah. Now you are.
All right. Yeah, I accidentally hit join on my computer,
Oh,
so it kicked
true.
me. Yeah, yeah.
All good. North was just moving around, anyways. Keep it alive. Keep it going. Okay.
all right.
Okay, bro. Okay, sick. Let's go. About to switch this up in 3, 2, 1. Hey, yo, we back on the podcast. What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy, Spitty. You already know. Today we got some special guests. Today we got 3 instead of 4 because one man, he's from Bangladesh. He doesn't know how to tell time zones, apparently. It's all good. But we got a man from London, Ontario, and another man from the GTA. I actually don't know exactly which city, so I'll just say GTA. But I'll let them introduce themselves and give y'all a little background information. If you guys want to just briefly introduce yourselves, my boy Jelli, you can go first.
What's up? I'm Jelly. This is my recording studio. I've been piecing this together bit by bit. I actually just moved the studio out from my house into this commercial location. So this is my big shot at running a studio. And, this is the first time doing like a live or any type of video stream within the studio. So I'm happy to show it off on this podcast here.
Dope. And we got my boy North English.
What's up, guys? Yeah, my name is North English. I'm a DJ, producer, rapper, engineer. In my bedroom right now, actually. I have a studio in my living room. Some of my boys are just using it right now. So I'm out here with you guys, man. Excited to do this.
I like how we all got like art in the background and stuff too. I mean, me and Jelly, we got like our own logos. We're just flexing our own branding. North, I like that piece. Yeah, what is that? Break it down for us. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, like I have a bunch of pieces around my house that are just like from like my artist friends. This one is actually, I got this in 2011. It was my friend Tanya. She's from Scarborough too. I'm from Scarborough as well.
Jeez.
And yeah, she did this one for me, and I just kept it. It's been in my house. This one is another one my friend did, Roel.
Ooh, that's fire.
Yeah, he's popping right now too. He gave me this when I opened my first studio. And he just wanted it in the space, and I just kept it ever since. Yeah, man. I need to get my own logo like you guys, though. Shit.
Hey, that helps too.
Real,
I like that.
One.
Yeah, especially if you're a DJ. Like I always see DJs putting their logos on their laptop. Like that's the easy branding, you know.
I have one on my laptop, but I need one just like a banner that I could bring around.
Oh yeah. That's facts.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, Jelly, how'd you come up with the logo for Jellyfish?
So my name is Josh Ellison. So I took the J and the ELLI, Jelly. And I figured jellyfish works, right? So I was thinking like, how can I design a logo that looks like a jellyfish, And so I had a bunch of different versions. It was like really tough to get the shape down. I like the simple shapes. But throwing it was initially kind of like a Pac-Man ghost looking shape. Throwing the headphones on just kind of made it look a lot more like music-like, right? So I've just been rocking with this for like 5 years, actually. I've tried to come up with a better design, like to improve upon it. And I just haven't been able to think of anything to do to it to like make it better, One of the eyes is more squinty than the other. That's like a subtle
I'm just noticing
detail.
that now. Yeah, that after you pointed it out.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was fun to put together, and it's just kind of stuck with me ever since.
Sometimes I feel like, like the best logos, like you don't see like Coca-Cola trying to change their cursive font, It's like if it works, it just works,
Absolutely. I'm happy to stick with it, It was actually supposed to be the logo for a project I was starting called Jellyfish Beats.
Yeah.
Where I would like put out like beat tapes. I wanted to get other producers involved to like input their a collab beat tape. And so while I was making the first couple like examples of the beat tapes, I was using this Jellyfish Beats as the as the logo. And then people started to associate me with this. Mm-hmm. And so then it just kind of became me. It was me at the beginning, right? Josh Ellison, Jellyfish. But people just started saying, you're the Jellyfish guy, right? You're Jelly. So I just kind of assumed the name.
Yeah, that's good branding, though. Like, even with me, I always wear the bucket hats. Right now, I'm not wearing a bucket. I'm at home, so, I need to wear the hat. But, like, when I go outside, people will be like, yo, I just spotted you in the crowd because of the bucket hat. And I was like, yo, that's sick. It's like a little homing beacon, like a little brand identity. So, nah, I think you got it going well for you, bro.
Absolutely. Thanks. Yeah. Image is a lot, it's like marketing, right? Like you're saying, like people recognize you. You want people to be able to recognize you. How like you were already wearing like the boat hats before, or was that something that you were kind of working into your image?
To be honest, I just started doing that when I got long hair, which only happened like in 2019, 2020. I didn't even start wearing bucket hats till last year actually. And the reason
All
was
right.
is because I used to wear baseball caps like fitteds, but I just felt like with the long hair, I started to look like a hockey bro, you know? Like the hair was doing this thing, you know?
Yeah,
And I felt
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was back in London, Ontario,
Hockey,
bro.
bro.
Yeah. I feel like I was back in London, Ontario.
That's
I should be driving a
hilarious.
pickup truck. But so I was like, yo, I can't do this look. So I stopped doing the fitteds. I still got like 20 fitteds though. But I just switched to the bucket hats because I feel like they make you look more hippie like when you got the long hair and the bucket hat, you know?
Right,
Fits like the stoner
right.
personality.
Are
And
you
it
a
suits your
Stills?
rap style really well.
Yeah, respects. And that's something too, like I know like obviously Schoolboy was doing the bucket hats like almost 10 years ago and like he's one of my influences, so I get like references to that. So it's like I'm never gonna be like, yo, I
That's the
invented bucket
exact.
hats, you know? Like that's not me, but
It's cause it kind of reminds me of Absol, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, I
Like
love Absol, bro. His album's dropping this Friday. That's the guy.
I'm ready for that too.
Yes, sir. Yo, what do you guys think about that? Like, you know, I always hear on the industry, they're like, yo, you shouldn't drop your album in December because it's like Christmas season, you know?
Personally,
Yeah,
I do not like it. I don't like because for me, I think about like when you do an album or a project, unless it's like specific to the month of December, I don't really like it because I'm thinking about it. But it works sometimes. If the music is really good, I think you have to be very confident. Because for me, like as a DJ, when I'm looking at music, I don't really like seeing music that says 2021 when I'm in 2022, unless I know it's going to be
Mm,
something hard. And I think that's just me thinking as a DJ because I'm always looking for the new
the new
thing.
hit.
So when I see 2021, it doesn't usually show me the month. You know what I mean? It just shows you the year on Spotify and
Yeah.
stuff. So for me, I don't really like it. But again, Roddy Ricch dropped his
Oh,
Antisocial
yeah,
album in
yeah.
December, and I always use that as a reference point for myself. But it was such a good album that I don't think it mattered when you dropped it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do prefer to drop in January.
That's a good point. Yeah, because like the box carried into like the whole spring. Like that was like the top single. I wonder, like,
Exactly.
maybe could it have been even bigger if it dropped in January, or maybe not? Who knows? You know, it's hard to say.
You never know. You never know still. But like, I don't think so, only because
It was just so big. It was gonna
that
happen
song was
anyways.
frustrating people. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I remembered someone Justin Bieber was like congratulations with like but he was you could tell he was pissed. Like he was trying to get his fans to get Yummy to number one and it just
Oh
the
yeah,
box
yeah.
just would not leave.
I remember that, bro. I remember he was telling his fans, Justin Bieber was telling his fans to use a VPN if they're in a different country to make it look like they're in America, so that the American streams go up, so you can get on American Billboard. What a concept!
They said put it on repeat in your
In your
sleep
sleep,
and
in your
turn the volume down.
yeah. He
But
put
don't turn it all the way down or it won't count the stream. Turn it down to the last level. I was like, you guys are. I never seen nothing like that before or after that,
and there was like a whole
and
like
they still lost.
yeah, there was a whole poster that he made that was like all the instructions. It was crazy. That's the
Yeah,
that's a
industry.
good way to cheat the system. That's a good way to cheat the system.
Yeah.
it is.
That's why
But
yeah.
this is the one time it didn't work, and that's why I'm like, no matter if your music, if the music is good, it doesn't matter. But if that was a regular song, a regular artist that was just putting out their sophomore album, I don't think it would have did what it did, and I think it would have did more in January if it wasn't Roddy's album.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's the industry, bro. People doing like little sneaky things. Like that's why the whole K-pop scene is so crazy because like those people, like what Justin Bieber was telling them to do, they already do for their artists out there. He was just telling them like, "Yo, do it for me," like in America, you know.
That's wild.
I've seen that. I've seen people always post that like, "Yo, like track drops at midnight, just leave it on at night, and when we come back in the morning, we're gonna be up like 10K or whatever."
I, yeah, I think that's wild still. I'm not mad at it, you know, like it's a
Yeah.
business at the end of the day still. But the fact that they went that hard and they still failed is just always like a chef's kiss to me. Like that's how you know that was such a good album. Like, I was just thinking about it today. I was in Jamaica in the spring after the album came out, and everywhere we went, we heard a song off of that album. And
Mm,
that's how I knew like
it lasted. Yeah,
that's how I knew that was the one, you know, like yeah.
I feel that. What do you think, Jelly? Albums in December.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking like, is there a like it could really work if you had like a holiday track or like a Christmas track or even like a New Year's track.
Yeah, if you're like Ariana Grande or like Michael Bublé or something.
Yeah, something to like run up into the new year, right? I mean, is there room in hip hop for Christmas music?
I think so. There's been some good ones. Kanye had Christmas in Harlem. That's a pretty good track. That's based off Run
I think there is.
DMC's Christmas in Queens or something.
I think Ray Shremmer did that you ain't getting nothing for Christmas or something, and I really like that. I love Christmas music. I just bought 2 Christmas records. I'm about to go buy the Charlie Brown Christmas record. Like, I love Christmas music still. Oh, the Chance and Jeremiah album. I cannot stop playing that album right now. Yeah, if you do it well, then there's definitely room.
Merry Christmas, Lil Mama. Yeah, that was like a little R&B like Christmas vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's space for it. I think you can do it in funny ways, you know. Have fun with it.
Well, I mean, that's it. It would be a humor thing, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to be humorous. Like, again, look at the Chance in
Oh, that's more like
Jeremiah project.
It's kind of like, it's not humorous.
They had humor
like,
points in it. They had Hannibal Buress.
Yeah,
you know, like
it's
some
like
intros.
Yeah. How do I put it? Like, it's just fun, you know. It's not humorous necessarily, but it's like fun. It's like lighthearted.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, you're not trying to make a Christmas song that's like talking about capitalism or something. I mean, you could. That'd be kind of a sick twist, yeah.
True. Yeah.
I can see you doing that, though. That's crazy.
I know. I just gave myself an idea as I was talking.
Yeah, you recently had that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Spitty, you had that video you did in the Walmart.
Oh yeah, in the Walmart.
Yeah, and you're kind of talking on those notes like capitalism, spending money and shit.
Yeah. That song's called.
How did you?
Sorry, go ahead.
How did you plan? Did you plan out that content for the song, or did you plan them together, or did you do the song first?
No, I did the song first because that song's on the album Full Circle, so it's like over a year old. And then I did 6. The album has 12 songs. For 6 of them, I did like a full music video, 1 a month, pretty much from like September to March. And then after that, I was like, yo, like these are like expensive, and I'm trying to figure out different ways of just creating content. So I was like, bro, I'm just gonna pull up to Walmart. Or we had a Square One, so we went to a few different stores, but Walmart was the main one. Just load up the cart and just start shooting, you know? And it's just like, nowadays, everyone always on TikTok and stuff talks about like just hooking people in, you know? It's like, you have like 5 seconds to like grab their attention, and then in that 5 seconds, they gotta be like curious enough to watch the rest of the thing, you know? So it's like me rapping in a Walmart is just like so random that it's just like, people are just kind of like, even if they don't care about the song, they're just gonna watch because it's just like the visual is entertaining enough. So that's something I'm just trying to like think about more now as I create the music. But for that one, for sure, it was kind of like a backwards thing. Like initially I was gonna make a crazy music video, but then I just toned it down. I was like, yo, in 2 hours we shot like the song like 30 times, you know? It's like I have so much footage I can keep posting every day if I wanted to, and just doing different things, different scenes.
That's a good point that you make, because like even like working with some of the artists I'm working with now, they keep saying like videos are getting bad expensive, like they can't even afford it. They're just trying to find other ways around it, or try to find videographers to build with.
Well, I mean, even like short-term content shouldn't cost a lot of money, right? Like if you just need to get people hooked in the first 5 seconds, you know, and that translates to one, they click through and watch your YouTube video once, right? You know, you shouldn't spend an arm and a leg on like a 3-minute video even, you know? It's like if you should just invest in the small little bite-sized pieces of content, I would think, and then push people to like your bigger project, you know? Maybe 1 or 2 big music videos, and then just a bunch of like fun, entertaining content to rope people in.
And then splitting that up into more content for social media and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like nowadays, it's like the things that work, that actually get you virality or like a lot of views, are not always like the high budget music videos and stuff. Like that's almost, I always tell people like that's almost more just for like yourself if you want to do like a cool like visual art project for your song. But unless you're thinking of it in terms of how you can reformat that music video into vertical TikTok content, like you're kind of just putting out an art piece. You're not really putting out it's not a marketing strategy anymore in music videos. Whereas like 20 years ago, that was like the marketing strategy, was like you needed a music video to get onto BT and Much Music and all this other stuff, you know?
Facts. That's real. I never even looked at it like that. Like if you're not doing it for that reason, it's gonna turn into just an art piece. That's crazy. Still, that's a crazy
Yeah,
perspective.
and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But it's just so expensive. It's like, bro, I
Nah,
spend like sometimes like 3 times as much on the video than the song costs to make, and it's like that's
definitely.
insane.
Yeah,
When as the song's actually
yeah,
making me like the song's not making me crazy money, but at least I'll get a couple hundred over time. The
exactly.
videos, I'm not YouTube monetized, so I'm making $0 off that. So
That's wild. I wouldn't expect. Why? That was like a conscious decision?
what?
Nah, not monetizing on YouTube.
Oh, bro, I'm just not eligible yet. You need 4,000 watch hours. I'm at like 1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's wild.
Yeah, it's 4,000 watch hours. And like most people when they watch a video, if you ever look at analytics, it's like most people watch like 10% of a video and then they leave. So like
Yeah,
to get and when
exactly.
you're just doing music, your videos are like 3 minutes long at most, you know? I'm not doing like well, some of these videos are going up now, so like it's slowly gonna go up more and more. So that's why this helps too. But like you need more long form content to rack up 4,000 hours.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because a
Yeah.
lot of the content I see that's not music is usually 10 minutes and up.
Yeah, exactly. Because YouTube's good with that because they insert ads and stuff. Like, if anything, bro,
Exactly.
just the other day, US is talking again about maybe banning TikTok. It's like YouTube's like the only platform I find that's been around for so long, you know? When YouTube came out,
They've held their market too from the beginning.
yeah, when YouTube came out, all we had was MySpace. I don't even know if Facebook was really out by then. Like, YouTube was like the
I
OG
think Facebook came out like 2 years later.
after, right? Yeah. So like YouTube
Yeah,
was there when like it was like MySpace and like LimeWire and stuff, you know? So the fact that it's still
exactly.
around is actually pretty sick.
Well, I mean, they
I didn't
got
even
the
know that.
shorts going, right? Like when
Yeah.
TikTok really started to blow, Instagram introduced Reels, same with Facebook, and then YouTube introduced the shorts, right? Everybody was trying to figure out what was hot, and then all the platforms want to jump on that, right? It's probably better for YouTube Shorts, right? Because then you're sending people to the same platform. I've
Yeah.
noticed it's hard to get people to switch platforms. If you're
Yeah.
on Instagram, go to Spotify. On Instagram, go to YouTube. It's really hard to get people to jump platforms.
Yeah.
Um,
That's facts.
well, and like if YouTube's gonna be like blocking TikTok uploads or anything that has that TikTok logo,
Mm.
it's like you got to upload the same file to multiple platforms then all at once.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now is I upload the same video to Shorts, Reels, and TikTok. But
That's how you got to do it still.
yeah. But right now, YouTube actually doesn't care if you have the TikTok logo. So I literally rip the videos from TikTok and I'm just reposting. Like, I'm not even changing anything. And it's working,
Right.
like, because the Shorts algorithm is really good. And YouTube, I don't know if you guys know, but YouTube hired this guy, Lear Cohen, like 5, 6 years ago
Really?
as like the global head of music. Yeah.
Oh, when he left 300.
Yeah, he left 300 to become the YouTube global head. Do you know this guy, Jelly? He's like a
No, no.
OG music exec. He like was one of the OG managers or directors for Def Jam, and then he was on Warner, and then he started 300, which had like did they have Migos? Who did they have? They had
They had yeah, they had Migos
let's see
and they had somebody
artists.
else really big. Yeah,
They got Young Thug, Fetty Wap, Migos,
that's who it was. Doug.
YNW Melly, T Grizzly, Lil Keed, Megan Thee Stallion, a lot of people. And now he works for YouTube
Thug
Music.
was their Thug was their guy though.
Yeah, is Thug in jail, bro? What happened to Thug?
Yeah, he's in jail right now. I think they just released Gunna today.
Yeah, they just released Gunna today, yo. That's
They
crazy.
just released Gunna, man.
You heard about that,
Free
Jelly?
YSL.
No, I didn't. I didn't check that out.
Bro, so
In
YSL?
jail, he just got released.
Yeah,
right?
Young Slime. I don't know what the L is for, but YSL life turned out to be more than just a music label. The government of America said that they're a gang, and they did a whole RICO case built up against Young Thug and the YSL, and like mad rappers and all of them got like indicted and stuff. And now Gunna today he just put out a statement basically saying to get free, he had to like do a plea deal. I forget exactly what it was called, but he just had to say that yes, I was part of YSL, and that's it. He just had to acknowledge his involvement, and then they let him out
Hmm.
because I'm sure that's gonna like
They gave him time served.
yeah
Right. I mean, that's the easy way to get out, but sucks that he was locked up.
yeah. It was for a while too because this
It
happened
was,
like in the
man.
summer or something.
I think before the summer. I think this happened in like spring.
Word.
I think. What do you think? Are rappers the most likely to get locked up, say, compared to like country or like indie
Oh
artists?
hell yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah,
That's
no
just the
question.
nature of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Comes with the territory, I guess.
Yeah, it's funny. You so I had one artist tell me coming through the studio. He was saying um in hip hop you have to talk about like drugs and guns and stuff like that in order to blow up, in order for your music to be successful. What do you think about that?
I'll let you go, North.
It depends on what you think. I think it depends on what you classify as success. If you're trying to get into the mainstream, then I think you have a higher chance of being like successful. But I think there's room for a bunch of success no matter what you rap about. If you're making music consciously that's good to perform and it's gonna make audiences really vibe to your music, I think you could build a fan base that could give you more success than a mainstream audience would being natural to yourself. Like how I see Spitty building right now, he's gonna find success, and I don't think it's gonna mean necessarily mainstream success. But I look at him like a Tech Nine, where like he could tour
Mm.
for the rest of his life and has a
Yeah.
fan base that he has in his database. It's not connected to no label. It's not connected to no third party. It's right in your base, and they just love what you do because it's so authentic. So I think it depends on how you define success, and even then, I still think there's room. It might be a little bit more difficult because music's become a lot more fast food, and that stuff has become more of the fast food, um, like the more of the popular fast food item.
Mm.
But there's still like artists that aren't rapping about that stuff that are successful. Like
Ah,
Tyler the
oh yeah,
Creator is my favorite example, to be honest. You know what I mean? I know he's like a little bit more of like a full out artist, but the things he's rapping about are not close to that. You know what I mean? So it's possible. It's definitely there.
for sure, man. Well, I mean, I know tons of artists that don't talk about those subjects, right? Oh, well, Logic, I really like Logic, Hobson, they're not they're actually kind of talking about the opposite, right?
Exactly.
And even, in terms of marketing, right? Like if this is what you do to be successful, if everybody's talking about these subjects, like maybe you kind of talk about these subjects over here, because search results even, fewer people are talking about this. But I think that it's just like you were saying, it's like that's like the fast food, that's the low hanging topics to talk about. I always encourage artists that are coming through the studio to like dig deep, like what's
Mm.
going on in your life, like this week, like how you feeling, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, like not every video needs to be like this big budget thing, right? Low budget works very well. So too with music. Like it doesn't need to be mixed or mastered. It can be a demo, right? Like if you're putting out content for people to listen to and engage with, so what if it's not like fully mastered, right? It's like it's the idea, it's the concept, it's the art that comes first, right? And if there's no
That
value in the
reminds
art
me
that
of
you're
Tyler.
making, yeah. Oh, that's exactly what happened with Tyler.
Exactly. His early stuff was horribly mixed, but I couldn't stop listening to it.
I feel that.
Yeah, I think it's probably something you build into, right? Like the
Mm.
high quality stuff, big budget music.
Yeah.
I think it's just more about building an authentic fan base from the bottom, because if you, again, like if you get signed, you get that mainstream success and they pump you the engine, you could lose those fans just as quick as you gain them.
Yeah. That's for sure. One thing too is I would say like when you brought up that talk about guns and violence and stuff, I instantly thought like yeah, you don't have to talk about that, but also on the other side, like how you brought up Logic and even people like J. Cole or like Kendrick and stuff, they'll talk about those topics, but like in a different form. And I think the reality is like humans, we're just like attracted to like a lot of the like crazy stuff, the like whether that's like whatever it is, violence, drugs, sex, like anything that's kind of like outlandish, and like
Thriller.
that's why news stories are always like so crazy, right? Because they want to just grab your attention. And I think it's the same thing
Mm,
with rap. It's like if you talk about those like kind of bigger, crazier topics, it just instantly attracts people. So like however you tackle that, right? Like Kendrick had swimming pools. It's all about alcohol and stuff, but the way he approached it was so different that it's like it's such a unique vibe. So that's something I try to.
I think that's a good point.
Yeah, that's something I try to tap into too, right? Like we're just talking about opportunity costs. On the surface level, it's a song about money. Like if you didn't really listen to it too much, you could just be like, yeah, money's sick. But then if you listen to the bars, you're like, oh, this guy's talking about like money's sick, but it's also like it's kind of like manipulating us, you know? So that's kind of like where I try to take it.
Yeah,
I hear
there
that.
there was a lot of that same vibe with that recent Kendrick album that came out. Like, was it the
Morale.
summer? Came out in the summer.
Yeah,
That was
April or something.
deep. There was a lot of deep topics in his project there.
Yeah,
It was like
Little
a
too- little too
therapy
deep.
session.
It's a little too deep.
just I feel like
I think the other dude, go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
I was just gonna say that I just meant like there's some songs that like they lose the replay value because they're too on the
Facts.
topic, you know? Like Auntie
Right.
Diaries, if
Yeah.
you know the song I'm talking about, like there's no situation where I can play that song
Yeah.
out loud because
I loved hearing it the first time, but I'm like, I can't go back to that. I'm not ready for that type of emotion right now.
yeah, and it's like where are you gonna bump that? Because like randomly he's saying the F word like in the middle of the song. It's like, yo, where am I gonna be able to play that out loud, you know?
I think that's another thing, like you were saying, like it's an art piece, you know?
It's an art piece, 100%.
It's not. It wasn't
Which
meant
is-
to be like. Yeah, it
played at
wasn't meant to
parties
be
or
like a
whatever.
commercial album.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a statement.
Which I like. And that again was like to the point of like what you're saying about being successful in hip hop. Again, it's like how do you define success? Because like even when I go on certain tours and I look around at the rap artists that are actually on these tours, they're not. It's not those artists. It's not that type of vibe because
Mhm.
I feel like they're more reluctant to book that because they don't know what type of energy it's gonna come with. So they're gonna book something that's a little bit more delectable and like people of all audiences could, you know,
Yeah.
because not everyone's gonna be able to get on Rolling Loud and not everyone's gonna be able to get on like A3C and like all those hip hop festivals. So when you're coming up, I think that's something to look at. Like if you're going that route, is it gonna help get to the next level? Unless you're really like out there living that and that's your real fan base, you know?
Hmm. Well, yeah, you have to cultivate your own fan base as an artist, right? It's like and on my podcast, I was talking to a local rap duo, Team Low, and they were talking about how they've really grinded to get all their fans, and during lockdown, they were going on Omegle and they were talking to people, rapping to people, playing their songs, engaging and saying, yo, like we're trying to grow, go follow us, you know, we'll sit here, like go follow us on Spotify, on YouTube. And so they were talking about how pretty much every subscriber they have on YouTube and Spotify and all that, they had a conversation with, right? And so they're finding that like as they're dropping tracks, like they don't need to invest much in playlisting, right? Because like they're already in front of like a wide range of people, and as they drop more songs, the consistency of listenership is there, and so it's like quality, you know, quantity comes over time, but with quality first, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like once you put your attention on the quality, it'll help, and you get into that zone. The quantity will come with that.
Yeah, well, quality of fan, you know, it's like interesting. It's like the demo is like the quality is low, right? But it's about the connection with. It's about delivering the product to the recipient, right? So the quality of relationship, not necessarily the quality of the product.
I feel that still.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's like an
That's
art.
like when yeah, that's like when I feel like when I see fans come in to the record store and they're like looking for like their favorite artist record, like it's a little bit more like of an attachment, you know, like when you play a record, you can't just skip the song. You kind of have to let the record play out. So I think again, it's more of a quality fan when you walk into a record store.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's trying to build that 1,000 true fans, you know?
I see you doing that. You've been doing that for a while still.
On the grind. Yo, we got some people in the chat. Shout out my boy Wing0X. He's a streamer too. He games. But right now he's saying he's trying to box, bro. He went from 120 to 170 pounds. So we're going to switch up the topic real quick. You guys into any boxing, mixed martial arts, anything?
I'm not into that, but I've been trying to gain some weight myself in the gym. So if you can drop some tips, that would be fine.
Yeah, that's actually facts. Now that I'm reading that, bro, how did you go up 50 pounds and then you cut down 20? Like it's nothing, bro. What the
That's
heck?
fucking amazing.
He said like he's light heavyweight now. He needs a few more months to reach 175 again. So he went up, he cut, and then he goes up again. Oh, I see. He bulked, then he cut, and now he's going to 175 to compete. Bro, that's hectic.
It's
How
tough
much
to
was he
gain.
eating?
It's a lot. It's a lot of calories, but also a lot of training, right? Because you don't want it all to turn to fat, right? You gotta turn all that into muscle.
Exactly.
Over a few more months, 20 pounds over a few months, like that's doable. You know, like 2 pounds a week is healthy.
Yeah. Yo, Wing said, "Do you want me to actually give you advice? I can write, but it's gonna be a paragraph, bro. Write it, bro. I'm down to read it."
Right. Let's hear it.
He said he
We'll
didn't.
be
No, no cap.
Yeah.
I'm in the gym 5 days a week, like legit. I'm trying to
Jeez.
gain weight, bro.
Yeah. I've when we were in high school, we had a guy come teach us Muay Thai for a week. That was pretty sick. That was mostly my only MMA experience. I'm not gonna lie.
Same, I had something like that too. We went down to the gym. I think just once or twice though, not like a full week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like 3 days. 3 days in high school, 1 year.
3 days.
That's sick. You know what was jokes though?
You-
Is that when the guys were doing Muay Thai, the girls' gym class was doing like rape self-defense. So they had this like the end of the last day test was like the guy that was teaching them basically would pretend to assault them, and they had to use their learned skills to like sack him in the nuts and like get his eyes and like all the things that you hear on TV or whatever. Yeah,
That's interesting.
this is the 9th grade.
It would have been funny to have the guys practice their skills on the girls, you know, and have them defend themselves against the, real world experience.
Bro, you're foul.
You don't want to be training men for that. So
Okay, the very first thing you need to do is shut up the part that your mind tells you nonsense, listen to emotion, all that shit is meaningless. All you need is discipline. This guy's giving us some deep motivational life talks.
no cap.
Okay, then he's gonna give us the actual weight gain and loss tips. All right, that's jokes. But yeah, we had Muay Thai, we had wrestling too, but can't say I'm big on wrestling. A little too sweaty for me.
No, I know what he's saying though. I feel him though. Because the hardest thing for me sometimes is actually eating. Like eating. Like sometimes
Like
I'm just
overeating,
like, fuck,
overeating.
bro. Like, yeah, eating more than I'm used to. Because
Right.
I'm used to eating like 1.5 meals per day. So like trying to gain weight, you have to eat like double, triple that sometimes. So like,
Yo,
and
'cause
that
you
to me is
blaze
very
daily.
difficult.
Is that why? Do you blaze daily?
I blaze every day still.
Yeah,
I'm not
me
gonna
too,
lie,
and
but
that
like
messes my
I'm
appetite.
not over. I don't overdo it. Like I'm a spliff guy. Like I'll smoke these small spliffs and like maybe 3, 4, 5 spliffs a day. Nothing crazy, 3 to 5 spliffs a day, like literally from morning to night. But eating has just always been difficult for me. Like I get full really quick. So, but like again, that's what he's saying. Like you gotta train your body to listen to your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eating donuts, cookies, and sugar. That's where I struggle the most. I'm a sour cream glazed donut in the morning when I take the dog to the dog park. My guy, that's my kryptonite.
Bro, I don't know, man. Like it's hard for me to not eat sugar too. Like I love eating candy right before bed, and it's just not a good look.
That's me. That's me. Freaking cookies at night, bro. Late night munchies.
Nah, man. Yeah, exactly. Just like I like Dollarama candy. That's my vice still because they're cheap, and I just
It's cheap.
grab one.
That's jokes, yo. He's
You
still,
need a protein powder, make your life easy.
he had a protein
I've
powder.
been on that still. I've been on the protein powder.
He said the protein
Yo,
powder.
creatine is real good.
He also said the Centrum. I'm not on the multivitamins like that, but I've heard about the Centrum for sure.
I didn't know those helped.
They're like those all-in-one vitamins that kind of cover a lot of the stuff you might miss if you don't have like a balanced diet.
Yeah, I definitely did not have that. So first of all, you need multi-nutrients. They help like Centrum. That will make it so you don't need to eat all that extra nonsense.
Basically, I think he's saying
Think
like you don't need to eat like
simpler.
random vegetables because like you're just gonna get it all through the vitamin, and then you can just bulk off
Yeah.
weight. Yeah, like food.
Okay, okay. I think. Hold on. Hold on. Think simpler. Don't be that guy who tries to be Superman. That's definitely who I'm trying to be. Okay. You need a protein powder, bro, that will make your life easy. This is your drug. Remember that. Okay, today was the. I've been on the protein for maybe 3 months.
Mm,
Like I have one after every gym session,
yeah.
but now I'm trying to have one in the morning and then one after the gym session. Is that
Jeez.
safe? I can do twice.
I, I
I need to know.
I don't know. I think it should
Yeah.
be safe. Like,
Mm,
do you piss out the protein you don't use? I don't know.
I hope so. Still.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
You do.
Okay.
When it's
Sick.
coming in the shake, yeah. I mean, like lots of stuff gets stored as fat, right? But if it's not being used, it's going out. I know that there's like a magical Goldilocks zone in terms of how much protein you should have per day because you do piss out a lot of the stuff that you don't use.
Mm.
Okay. I know.
Creatine is great.
Good. I
Creatine is
haven't
great.
tried creatine
He
yet.
said, okay,
Dude.
so you
Okay.
do piss out extra protein, but don't be a pussy. Just do it.
Say less. Say less.
I like this. Wings on his like bro advice. Like, bro, just do it, man.
Nah,
do
he's
it.
real, fam. I need that. I need that. I'm trying to reach the max level, man. I'm trying to reach the max level.
Nah, I hear that,
You
bro.
get so much protein, it doesn't matter. Facts. Much respect, yo. I appreciate the advice, man.
Yeah, he's going in, bro. I
I'm
like
trying to look like The Rock next summer, bro.
that. That'd be crazy, bro.
Yo, don't skip legs. Legs every day.
I don't know, bro.
I do core every day.
Core every
I do
day for
core
sure,
every
bro.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
core every day.
Jelli,
Core
you
and
do-
Legs every
cardio.
day. I
Jelli,
don't
you
want
doing
to
legs
hear
every
that,
day?
though.
Don't cap. Don't cap.
Legs is already hard once a week, bro.
You gotta.
I'm not gonna
It's
cap.
yeah. So like you hit the legs like a little differently each day. I mean you take like probably like 4 or 5 days a week doing legs.
You're crazy,
It
bro.
but you don't go super hard. You know, you've got heavy days and light days, but like
Heavy days like squats. What are we doing?
yeah, okay. So like mind you, like I haven't worked out in a couple years. Like I was big into bodybuilding in university. I was a personal trainer before COVID, and then I gave it all up.
You
But
still
like
have that experience, though.
oh, for sure. I mean, and like every time I go back and I do some lifts, like I was doing deadlifts a couple weeks ago, and it came right back. You know, like it felt good. But yeah, like
Nice.
some sort of legs
I
every
did those
day, right?
today.
It's like you want to give the muscle time to like rest. But it's like farmers get real strong, right? Because they're constantly carrying hay bales and shit. So like there's definitely days where you have heavy days, but honestly doing a couple sets of squats every day, every workout, just part of a warm up even, it activates
Yeah.
that muscle because the blood, like as you're eating your protein, your blood's delivering it to the muscles. So even just activating the muscle gives you a little bit of something, a little bit of juice to the muscle.
That makes a lot of sense, to be honest.
Yeah.
And even like I do certain workouts that work out part of the leg naturally. Even the gym that I'm at, we don't have like squat machines and certain things. So we're doing it with the dumbbells. You know what I mean? So I did deadlifts today, but today was back day. So you know, like
It's a bit
the
Yeah.
legs do get worked in certain ways.
Yeah, yeah. What's your
Let me see what
What's
this
your favorite
is.
kind of deadlift? Like there's straight leg Romanian, they're like conventional.
I didn't even know that. So how I do it is just like I just like bend over and bend my knees a little bit and then come back up.
But you keep your knees like relatively straight, like you don't bend down a whole
Relatively
lot like
straight.
squat?
It may be like a little bend, like the most slightest bend, just
Yeah.
to not strain my back, you know?
Yeah. That's Romanian. That's Romanian.
Okay. Okay.
That super loads your hamstrings, man. That's a good
Nice.
exercise. Easy to overdo though. Really easy to overdo because if you're the straighter your legs are, the more your lower back is taking it, right? So, yeah, conventional deadlifts are real good. You know, you're bending the knee a lot more. There's like kind of a squat at the bottom of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would recommend. I don't know if you have a trap bar at your gym. It's like a metal
Nah.
box you step it. No, okay, you gotta
You
try
don't
this.
even have that's what I'm saying. We're doing it like all like old school.
What kind of gym? What's the
It's
brand?
just a gym in like an apartment basement,
yeah,
you know?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Smaller
Yeah.
one.
a smaller one, but like I'm there like every day except pretty much the weekends. I'll take
That's
like
still
those two
good,
days
bro.
off, or if
You
I
can
miss
do
a day in the week, we'll make up on the weekend.
Wing Zero just said he's like you can do push-ups, pull-ups, squats, chin-ups. All simple stuff. Seriously, simple stuff does a lot for you. And
the body weight
compound.
exercises.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do. I do a
Compound
lot of
shit.
those. I do sit-ups every day. I do the push-ups after every like when we're doing arm day. Like if we're doing like what are those called?
Curls.
Yeah, if we're doing curls, we'll do a set of push-ups in between every set.
Yeah, those definitely.
There's no reason to do deadlifts. He says, okay.
He said the only reason is if you compete.
For sure, for sure.
I've been into the calisthenics because I'm kind of light, so it's not hard to lift my body.
Yeah, I think his point is though above that is like it's just the risk reward is like risky, and that's true. One of my cousins, he actually injured his back doing deadlifts and stuff at the gym, and it's like that was years ago, and he still has.
And I
problems
do
with that.
feel it in my lower back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying with your Romanian deadlifts. You got to watch that. Bend your knees a little bit more to take the pressure out your back.
Okay.
Avoid deadlift. Yeah. So like, I mean, he's totally right. The risk reward, like it's an easy exercise to hurt yourself
up,
with,
yeah.
especially because we want to like up the weight, right? So
Yeah.
there's this like condition with like bros to like want to like bump up the weight before you should, right? And the form not being completely there.
I do that a lot early.
Yeah. Do you warm?
Yeah.
Do you warm up like when you're doing your shit? Do you like light
When I come in, I
weights
do. First, I do like 3 sets of pull-ups. That's kind of, and I stretch. That's kind of my warm-up right there.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardio?
I walk a lot. Like I walk to the gym and then I walk from the gym. So I don't really do the cardio as much as I should. So like I'm talking like a 20-minute walk both ways, probably more.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get your heart rate going while you're working out too,
Yeah, I take like pre-workout and I do a lot of like pull-ups in between. Like I'm always on the pull-up bar in between whatever I'm doing.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, it saves time too, right? Like while your legs are resting, you can get something else in. Keeps your heart rate up,
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind though. I didn't know like keeping the heart rate up was something to look at too.
True. I mean, it's just like an added benefit,
Exactly. Okay.
I tried this exercise once. It's like a curl and a squat. You get your dumbbells and like you curl as you come down and then you come up, and shit like that, like it hits like everything
Compound
that
exercise.
Yeah. It's like it's
I'm gonna
real
try that
tough
tomorrow.
Super it's so hard on the core actually. After a few, like
Really?
it's hard on everything, but trying to keep yourself stable and balanced on that is
that's
rough.
always oh my gosh. I've been trying to do V-sits and like have to hold the floor when I'm doing it. Like my balance is horrible with certain things. Let me see what this guy's saying.
He's giving you crazy advice, bro. He said you got an intermittent fast, so you wake up, you don't eat till 2, and then you eat, and then you don't eat again till 9.
Really?
I've heard of
it. No, but I'm trying to gain weight.
Intermittent fasting is super good for you, bro.
Yeah, but isn't that more for losing weight and not for gaining weight?
You can do it for gaining weight too. You have to eat more calories, right? But
in each meal,
it's
right?
better for your body. It's better for your body to go long periods without food.
It's probably more like
I do that kind of naturally. I'm not gonna lie, so that's a good thing for me to hear. Because I will go into like a studio session or I'm gonna DJ for 6 hours. So like there's a lot of times I'm not eating just naturally in between, and then I'll go eat a shitload after. So I didn't know that was a good thing. I thought I was used to.
You're already hitting the right spots. Yeah,
because I've heard like snacking is like a problem that causes kind of weight gain or whatever, right? Like if you snack too much, because then your metabolism kind of gets messed up.
Yeah, that's true.
Know that.
they've been all over the place like over the past like 20 years about like low fat, high fat, low carb, high carb, snack all the time to keep your system burning. Don't snack all the time. It's like I always try to take like the new exercise science info kind of with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Because there's things can always change,
Facts.
Yeah, you're saying some facts. You said calories are too general of a term.
I mean, that's true. If you ever thought about calories, there's actually a way to just add it up in nutrition value. It's like, it's just protein, fat, and carbs. But there's like a multiplier. Like it's like the fat percentage or the fat grams times 9 or something.
Yeah, fat times 9, protein and carbs are 4.
Yeah, and then you add that up, and that gives you the calories. So I see what he's saying. It's like, really, that's the value that we're looking for is those 3 things.
Absolutely. Well, it's counting your macros.
Macros, yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. High protein, high fat. I don't know about fat not turning into muscle. I don't know if that's true.
Fat turning into muscle or not turning into muscle?
He said that the
fat can't turn into muscle.
Isn't that what people? Isn't that what like all the people like they bulk up or whatever and then they shred it down?
I assume that's what it was.
Or maybe that's not the fat converting. Who knows? Yeah, maybe it's just the energy.
Everything breaks down to energy, though, even protein.
Right.
Like because like
polyunsaturated of energy, no.
A calorie, yeah, I think a calorie is energy. A kilojoule, yeah. It's not the same building block, but still, like you got your big long chains of like a polyunsaturated, fat. Like you're just kind of eating the fat from. I don't know if that. There's a diagram that my professor showed me.
But you still your own
it's like carbs are short chains of molecules or whatever. Like fats are long chains. Yeah, but it's like you're still using the fat as energy. That like what ketosis, right? Ketogenic diet. So you're eating all fat and all protein, right? And
so you don't use any carb to
no carb.
Energy.
A lot of information.
Biohacking is cool. When I found out creatine was a nootropic, I started up. I really got back on creatine. Creatine's so I can feel the difference after off and on.
What does that mean?
Creatine's great, man. Nootropic. It's like a brain
enhancer.
Vitamin. Yeah, kind of enhancement. It's like a nootropic is like a set of chemicals or molecules that like are good for the brain.
Jeez, okay.
It's like people in the biohacking realm. He said biohacking. So made me think of
creatine,
nootropics. Joe Rogan's got the Alpha Brain thing, or Andrew Huberman or something like that. But that's just it's like a pill with a bunch of nootropics in it.
Jeez.
Need more research on creatine. I would look into creatine. Wing Zero. There's definitely some like studies on both sides, but from what I understand, I like Jelli, man, smart. No, I appreciate that.
Facts, yes.
No, creatine's great. There was one bit of information floating around that like taking creatine makes you lose your hair, but I think that's just men who went bald anyways and wanted to blame the creatine,
That's scary to me.
No, but that's I don't think there's any worry with creatine. Creatine's it's a nootropic, so it's good for the brain as well. Creatine helps the body like hold on to more water. So like your muscles, more water, they're more elastic, and the brain gets better hydrated when you're on creatine.
Oh yeah, it retains water. I remember reading about that.
Yeah. Anyway, there's just a bunch of information that I know about. Me and Wing Zero are just like dumping all sorts of health facts on you guys here.
I'm learning still. I'm learning.
Yeah, same, bro. I'm just reading what this guy was saying. This guy was dropping some knowledge still.
Yeah, that's the homie. Wing 0.
And I'm glad he said that because I was kind of paranoid about doing push-ups because I seen something that said it's not good for your lower back. But not push-ups, sit-ups. But I love sit-ups. Like sit-ups are dope.
Sit-ups. Oh, I can see that. If you swing your body up, like I think people say to do crunches instead of sit-ups so that you only bring your core up.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
I heard that too.
Yeah. Because I've done that before. Like if you don't have
So
something on your
disappointing.
feet, then you swing up,
Momentum.
I'll take it slow.
Momentum.
I'll take it slow still. Yeah. But I hear that still. But I really do like sit-ups.
Yeah, you guys watch.
I just
you guys
hold
watch
my
soccer,
leg
yo?
down. I did watch the game today.
Jeez,
You
Jelli.
look good.
Jelli, you into soccer or nah?
I'm not into soccer. No,
Damn.
no. I don't do any sports actually. So I'm out.
How do you get into bodybuilding, but you're like no sports, bro?
Bodybuilding's a sport in its own. See, the
I know,
thing
but that's
with
what I'm saying is like how you do that, but then you don't care about any other sports. Like you don't like that competitive nature.
I get that a lot. Wait, okay, so here's the thing. So when I was 4, my parents put me in music lessons, piano lessons, guitar, drums, a bunch of stuff. That's all solo. It's a solo sport, right? Playing piano is solo.
Sure.
When it got to, they put me in a few like t-ball. They put me in a couple little summer camp sport things, but they just didn't catch. And then you get into high school, right? And it's like a team thing. There's the whole team.
Yeah, try out.
I like running. I like skateboarding. I like a lot of solo sports. But when it comes to team stuff, it just was never attractive to me to have to coordinate with a bunch of other people.
What about tennis?
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, true. Tennis is. I've given it a shot. I've done
Squash. Squash is sick.
Yeah. Yeah,
I wanna
pickleball.
watch
I've done
squash.
pickleball.
Really?
I've tried it. My dad likes pickleball.
Yeah, pickleball's blowing up in the States right now, like since the pandemic.
Yeah. Because you got one person on the court very far away from each other. I think that's probably it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's easy to set up, but you can set it up anywhere pretty much.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Jelly's my
I never heard
spirit
about
animal.
Bro, he said-
Bodybuilding is like a lazy sport. Is that what he said? That's hilarious.
and then he called you a spirit animal, so you see where his head's at.
No, legit. The thing I like about bodybuilding is like it's just so solo, right? It's like I like while I was at the gym, like working out, my whole life, I just pop my earbuds in. I'm in my zone, right? Or listen to an audiobook or a podcast. I would do my lit courses. I would read all my books while listening, like at the gym, right? So I was working out and I was doing homework at the same time, right?
That's smart, yo. I like that. I was just gonna say something.
Yeah.
Oh, when you do the solo sports though, do you still look at the other bodybuilders or other skateboarders or whatever for motivation, or are you just like competing with yourself?
With the solo stuff, definitely looking at other people for motivation. It's like well, yeah, like as an artist, you look at better artists, right? Or what other people are doing in terms of marketing or making the music, right?
Yeah. That's
So
what
it's
I
like
thought
there's
of it,
that. Yeah, but but even as an artist, you're still like you got to spend way more time with yourself than you do looking at other people, right?
Yeah.
So like when I was skateboarding, it was like I would look at like Tony Hawk and like watch his tutorials and shit like that. Mike something, just watching what the pros are doing and try to copy their tricks. But then you got to go out and hit the pavement, right? And you gotta, same with
Find
music.
your way
It's like
to it.
you've got to put in the minutes. Have you guys done sports? You guys play anything?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like what?
I play basketball mainly. I play a little bit of soccer in school, but yeah, mainly basketball. Tried tennis too.
That's sick.
Basketball,
I did skateboard actually. I did skateboard. I didn't get very far. I wasn't very good, but I tried. I could do like 3 tricks.
It's a sport and a mode of transportation,
Yeah, it's in the Olympics now,
Exactly.
yo. That's crazy.
I saw
That's
that,
wild.
yeah.
And it's run by like
Yeah.
kids.
That's wild.
That's pretty cool.
That's fire.
I used to watch the X Games every year when that was on. You know, like to watch all the
They
crazy
ended that too early.
tricks. Yeah. Basketball. So are you
X
still
Games is
doing?
done?
Are you
It
still
doesn't exist
doing?
anymore?
No, I think they ended it a while ago. The X Games.
Say word.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen that stuff in a while. But yeah, I don't do basketball as much anymore, which is kind of why I started hitting the gym because I'm like, I need to get active. I can't just be sitting in a computer chair all day.
Yeah.
I need to be doing something, you know? And I don't like, I remember I went to Jamaica at the beginning of the year and my aunties were like, are you so skinny? And I'm like, all right, that's enough of that now.
Yeah. The aunties are always gonna tell you how it is, you know?
Exactly. They're going to give it to you for real. So I was like, all right, man. I've been in the gym probably since September, late August, like
You've
consistently.
seen the results.
I have seen definitely seen results still.
That's sick, bro. Yo, Wings asking, you guys ever seen
Yeah.
that show Wipeout?
Oh, I used to
I
love watching
Wipeout.
that.
Yeah, that show was
Yeah.
jokes, yeah.
That show was amazing,
The
yo.
big red ball.
Yeah,
I
that's
want to
great.
do it.
I know, right?
I should sign up for that.
Does it come to Canada? Do you know?
Yeah, they have Wipeout Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still have it,
I
but
would
they
love to
used
do
oh no,
that.
they only had one season of Wipeout Canada. Like 10 years ago.
Ninja Warrior. Yeah, I love Ninja Warrior, dude.
Mm.
I feel like I could do it. I feel like I could do it.
You think so?
I would like to try anyways.
What's the hardest obstacles in Ninja Warrior? The swinging part?
I would say probably when you gotta like jump from platform to platform. They're all like wiggly. I think that'd be pretty tough.
Mm.
There's shit where you gotta grab it like a box that rotates around and you gotta like swing from box to box. That'd be tough. I think the snake ladder would be pretty easy. Like with the bar that you just kind of like hop up.
Oh,
I think
okay,
that'd be pretty
okay.
easy.
It's just a matter of
I think that'd be pretty
restraining.
easy.
I
Yeah.
feel like I might have seen it in passing, but I don't think I've consciously watched it.
That's a good show. That's like Wipeout without the comedy. It's just like only the athleticism.
I gotta check it out.
And then Wipeout, they're just like trolling people, yo. They're just like punching them and stuff. It's just like jokes.
Yeah.
No, it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm big on comedies. I really like to laugh still. I don't think I've ever watched a scary movie
Jeez.
past a certain age.
No,
I
no.
just don't find it compelling. I don't find it like compelling. I'll be in there just like I already know what's gonna happen.
Mm. What about a thriller though, like Get Out?
I watched Get Out, but I watched it for like Jordan, you know?
Mm.
I haven't even seen the next one he dropped yet.
There was Us, and then there's the third one, Smile or something. No, not Smile.
Yeah, I haven't
No,
seen
Nope,
either
Nope.
of those.
It's called Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, see, I haven't seen any of those. And I planned on watching Nope. It just never happened. Like, but I'll see a comedy. You tell me a comedy drops, I'm watching it within like a couple days. And I'm not a big movie guy. Like, I'd rather be like trying to do something else. So I rather watch something like that I find funny still.
That's jokes. Yo, Wing said there was a time when a naked guy ran onto Ninja Warrior and he completed the course. He wasn't even part of the show. He just ran on, which is actually jokes. Because like the way
You have to rate that.
the way they do American Ninja Warrior is they go city to city and they just set up like in a big city, like outside or whatever.
Smart.
So it's like a truck.
I've seen that, yeah. See him on the streets.
Boiler room.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I've done Tough
Doing
Mudder.
it naked though. It's a good way to like, yeah, it's like you see people do that at soccer games running
All
out,
the
right?
time, yeah.
But actually doing it, it's hard enough to do it, right?
Yeah,
But it's a good way to get on the show.
bro. This year there was
Exactly.
there was a guy that ran on and he was like all the freedom fighters in one, bro. He was like protesting Iran. He was protesting like LGBTQ rights. He was protesting Palestine. Like he had all these different like logos on him, and he was just running around the field. It was actually jokes.
Oh man,
One.
at the soccer game.
Yeah, like earlier game. Yeah, like a couple weeks ago.
Okay, gotcha. Would you ever do that? Would you have the balls to run out naked on national television?
Not naked, bro, but I would do what he did, like rock some slogans or some like statement pieces.
Oh, I thought he was naked. I thought he
No,
was
that's
naked.
he wasn't naked. He was just like
Oh, okay,
His
gotcha.
shirt had like, free Palestine. His hat was like free Iranian women, and like it was like all like different. He had the pride flag right here. He was
Right.
just repping everything.
I gotcha. I
If they
gotcha.
paid me enough and they're gonna bail me out of jail, then yeah, I'll do it. But I'm
Yeah.
not hanging out at the station for free.
There's some YouTubers who have done it before, and like I guess through the YouTube video, you'll probably make your money back. If you go viral.
Exactly. And I feel like the cause will pay for you to run on the field. I feel like it's a thing because it happens every World Cup.
It's part of the tradition at this point. You gotta have some people running around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I play sports too a little bit, but nothing like too crazy now. I guess like once you're out of school, it's harder to like keep up with it unless you join like a men's league or something. So
I want to.
yeah, I'd be playing more randomly. I used to live in a condo like up until 2 months ago, and we had a squash court there, so I was playing a mad squash like every week. But now it's just like I work out in the morning. That's about it.
Nice.
I get my exercise by performing.
You fill your time with other shit, right? It's like the I found in school there was a lot more like leisure time. Like you got a class here, class there. You got like 3 hours to just do whatever you want with, right? So it's easier to go do other activities, right? Now as an adult, it's like there's less free time, I think, right? Because it's like you could be doing something productive, or you could go do something entertaining.
Yeah, it's a bit of opportunity cost. So you gotta pick and choose like what you want to do. Whereas when you're younger, you don't even realize all the options you have. You kind of stick to like the fun things, sports, partying, like chilling with your friends, whatever. You don't even start considering all the like entrepreneur things you could do or like the creative things you could do. That's kind of comes later. So that's facts. Plus when you're on campus, everything's right there, Like when you're in a school, it's like it's all contained. Like for me, I'd have to drive 20 minutes to get to whatever, like the gym or whatever, like to play ball or something. So it's mad work. Be like that though.
Even your social circle too,
Yeah, for sure. Like what they do and what people say that, right? Like you're like the represent or like the reflection of like the 5 people you hang around or whatever. You guys ever heard that?
Yeah.
I believe it too, because like when I find myself hanging around different people, like say I was living with my friends in London or now I moved back home, I start to like notice how I like change, Even the way you talk, like the way you just act, yeah. It just naturally starts to change.
Well, I mean, even being in school, like the people that you surround yourself with are also in school.
Yeah, exactly.
So like
you're in the same mindset, yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, most of my friends, they mostly just like work and then just Netflix it out till they're sleeping, Maybe they throw a gym in there, but other than that, it's like pretty boring life. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, it'd be hard sometimes. Those jobs will put you in a chokehold, yo.
That's the thing too, is you get into these loops. Yeah, you get into these like loops where like the job drains you, so you want to do stuff, but you don't have the energy, so you just do what's chill, and then it becomes once you do that for like, if you did that for the pandemic a year or two, like at this point, it's hard to get yourself out of that,
Yeah, bro. Even for me as a DJ, it's hard for me. I'm supposed to be out at every party. That was just my personality, and like I found myself dragging myself out the house now. Like it's becoming more of a habit now. But like when pandemic first started open, going to like my friends' parties was like it was hard, bro. So it's true. I see what you're saying. Like it's hard to like get back in the habit. And if you already had the habit before the pandemic probably just locked it in.
Yeah.
For real.
Cheaper to stay at home as well.
That as well too. That was like the big thing for me. It's very much cheaper. Like and the inflation is nuts.
Crazy.
Inflation is nuts, bro.
I just saw gas
How old are you
below
guys?
130. I was like, I almost jizzed myself, bro. Holy.
Yo, I filled up a jerry can when the gas was below 130, man. I gotta have extras.
This guy's stocking up at home. Yeah,
Real shit. Oh, my dad does the same thing.
Not smart still. That's what we should be stocking up on is gas, not toilet paper, bro.
Yes, yeah. I feel like the toilet paper companies just like created hype around losing toilet paper just to get all those sales,
Charmin, bro. Charmin was caking probably for a good month or two.
Sent out private investigators.
I didn't even have to see one toilet paper ad. I just did that bear one
store.
time, yo. They were going off word of mouth.
Yeah. They run that market too, so
I know.
it wasn't hard for them.
I find it's weird to talk about the COVID pandemic thing now, right? Because it's over. It's like
relatively,
over.
yeah.
Relatively, yeah. They're like we're through it, right? We're kind of through it.
Yeah.
We're used to it, and like now it's like life moves on in kind of a similar, like a weird reflection, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely it's definitely a new world. So it's not the same as it was before. Like things are just different. I can't explain it, but it just feels the vibe's different still.
When the lockdown hit, I know that like Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone, like just became available. So I spent a lot of my time doing that. I feel like maybe I don't know if that was planned. They're just holding on to the game, waiting for like everybody to be at home.
For a Warzone, yeah.
I feel like they sped it up. I feel like when they dropped it, they were like, "We need to get this out as soon as possible." Like everybody's at home right now. We don't care. Like it's not fully done. Just get it out.
Yeah.
Just get it out.
That's actually crazy. I just looked it up, bro. The game came out on March 10th, and the WHO declared a pandemic on March 11th. So they were in there, bro. They were in those UN meetings.
They knew.
Bro, they based their game on real life. Of course, they're watching real life. They're like, yo, we know.
The air is toxic.
They gotta distract you somehow, man.
Shit. I mean,
Gotta distract you somehow.
That's a good way to do it, I guess, bro. At least you're having fun.
Release a video game.
Yeah, and it was their first free one, right? So like, people were going off.
I made it my duty not to play it. That was my Call of Duty. Don't play it.
You still play Jelli or nah?
It was hard though.
Nah, you're off games.
Nah, no game. Well, it's like opportunity cost. It's like it's like I got into it for a bit when there was nothing going on, and then it over even during the first 7 months of the pandemic, I was probably like heavy into it, and then it was starting to be like, all right, do I want to do something with my time or no? Because like I got built in the studio, like I should be mixing, but I'd rather go play Call of Duty, right? I start thinking about it. I'm dreaming about Call of Duty, like I'm playing it so much, and then it's like, you know what? Maybe I should start doing some other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, like I seen everybody around me just in it, and I'm like, I don't want to be in it like that.
It sucks you in, bro. It's like a slot machine, right? You could sign on, you get into the match. Like it takes like 5 minutes to get into a match anyway, and then you could die in the first like minute. You're back in a lobby, you're waiting some more, and then you could get in. You last like halfway through a game, like 10 minutes, and then you die, and then you're back in the lobby, and it's just like you're just in this Rolodex of games. Like they don't like Modern Warfare 2, right? Like you played the entire game
because you would die and then come back.
You would die and come back, and so you could at least finish a game. But like there's when you don't get to play till the end of a game, like there's this incentive to like keep trying. Maybe I'll get to the end next. Maybe I'll get to the end next game. All of a sudden, like 2 hours go by.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't even know that's how it was. That's crazy. It definitely did it on purpose. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, they did that with that's Fortnite too, right? It's the same concept.
I never played Fortnite either.
Yeah, Fortnite was one of the first of those kind of games, like Battle Royale. PUBG was like the first big one. It's like 100 players in a match. Pretty crazy. But that's kind of the science behind games, though, too. Like, just suck you in, like give you rewards and stuff, so you keep playing. It kind of taps into your reward system in your brain.
What do they call that again? I was just reading about that.
Yeah. What do they call that?
I forgot, bro. Nah, there's another word for it. There's literally just it was all on my fucking Twitter timeline this whole week. Well, I know what you mean. Still, it's
I don't know what the word is, but
yeah, it's gonna bother me. But I know what you're talking about. Still,
I'm trying to read about it now.
Read about it, yo. Florio in the chat, he said, "Can I send you guys 2 beats? Me and my friend flipped the other day for sure, yo. We'll listen to some
for
beats.
Sure, yeah. Let's get some music.
We got a DJ and a producer, so actually beats are like perfect, yeah.
Yeah, facts.
He'll send that in just a sec. That's my boy Flo Real. He helps me edit some videos and stuff too. So shout out Flo Real.
Nice.
What was I gonna say? I forgot.
Drop that beat, man.
He'll drop it. He'll drop it.
All right. Yeah, I
What
want
do
to
you,
play it on my system.
Jelly, what do you produce on? FL?
I use Ableton.
Oh, Ableton.
Yo, if you do a Flow Reel, do a WeTransfer. If you do a WeTransfer link, that's gonna be easiest.
Yeah, Flo, just
If
email me. You have my email, right? Email me whatever you want, and then I'll play it through the Discord, and it'll come on stream.
True.
It's dopamine.
Dopamine. Yeah, that's
Dopamine.
dopamine is the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the chemical. That's what it is. Yeah.
I was trying to
Like
think
when
of
you're
the
scrolling your timeline, it's like fake dopamine.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. There's a region that's like your reward. It might be is it
Yeah.
amygdala? Is that what you said, Jelly? Amygdala?
I said limbic system, but I know the pineal gland. The pineal gland secretes a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's
the pineal
amygdala.
gland.
The amygdala.
Ah,
Let me drop that in chat. So
I
you guys
never heard of
you guys
that
can
one
do some
yet.
research, yeah.
facts.
We
Respect.
dropped the amygdala in chat. There we go.
Pathway to pleasure. Amygdala. Oh, dope. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I took Psych 1000 one time in university. Pretty dope course, not gonna lie. Learned some cool stuff.
Psych 1000 was dope. It was basic. I didn't like
It was
how
basic,
basic
but
it
I feel
was.
like that basic stuff is like real world applicable.
It sticks
You know
with
what I
you.
mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean that's why it's first year, right?
Yeah.
It's like something for everybody.
Like
Did
some-
you take any more psych?
I took second year social psychology, which was actually dope.
Yeah.
There's a sick lesson in there. I mean, I kind of became a social psychologist. I made up my own theory, but what the book said is that in the chapter about relationships, they were like, yo, the number one reason that couples break up is because they no longer see a positive future with each other. Meaning, like, they no longer envision, like, positive events or things that are going to happen in the future, whether that be, like, things they could do together, travel, like, getting married, having kids, whatever, right? Seems like a obvious concept, but, like, that's what they said is the reason for couples breaking up. And then I was like, yo, my theory is, like, I took that one step further, and I was like, if you apply that to your relationship with yourself, then like when you no longer see a positive future for yourself, you lose that relationship with yourself and you become depressed, you become anxious, you become like stuck in a rut, you know? So yeah,
That's real.
Shout out social psychology.
That's real.
You know, that's good. You know, that makes me think of like gratitude, you know, trying to like no
Good
matter
one.
what, think about I tell it's a lesson that I've had to force myself to learn, you know. It's like when things feel shit, you know, force myself to be like, all right, list like 10 things I'm grateful for, you know, and not basic shit, you know. It's like, you know, having a roof over our head is like, that's pretty basic, but like we've got a good deal on our rent, you know, we've got a beautiful home, right? There's gratitude for like, I'm getting more than we're paying for, right? So there's gratitude there, right? And really have to
That's
dig
real.
deep to find good reasons to be overjoyed for, you know,
With
even
your
though
own
there's some
life,
shit,
Yeah.
you know. It's like try to really, gratitude. Like I try to up myself.
Yeah, I seen a lot
That's
of
a
the
reoccurring
artist
theme
homies
for
on
me.
the gratitude journal tip nowadays. Yeah, they're all buying the gratitude journals where it like tells you to write stuff.
That's fire, bro. That's
Yeah.
super fire. And I'm gonna start doing that because that's a recurring theme in my life too. Like I've always just been like aware of that, but writing it down and being intentional with it, I want to see what powers that brings too.
Have you ever tried breath work?
Like Wim Hof.
And
You like Wim Hof? There's other styles, but
I tried a little bit.
have you tried? You did it a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I feel like I just needed to do it more, but like, you know my boy Content, right?
Yeah.
Content once, yo. So Wim Hof, he's like Iceman. He's known for doing like crazy like marathons, like in his underwear, like in the Antarctica and stuff. Like he's insane, bro. And he's like mastered like breathing techniques. So my boy, he has these videos you can do like practicing. My boy Content's doing it in his car, and these videos are intense. Like they literally tell you don't do this. Like if you're not sitting at home like in a safe environment, bro. He almost passed out from the breathing exercise while in traffic.
Oh,
In traffic, he was doing
because you
it.
hold your breath for so long, you start to get lightheaded, and you can faint.
Yeah.
That's why like
Yeah,
there's videos of him doing it with people, like the actual guy, like in a couch, and the guy will actually knock out, like legit, like be fainted
That's intense.
just off breathing.
That's fucking interesting.
Yeah.
I've never fainted from it, but like you get mad lightheaded, right? It
No, I don't think you're supposed to faint.
Fainted.
I think that's kind of like you went too far. Yeah.
that's well, I know you can if you squeeze your pelvic floor, that
I don't know what
pushes
that
a lot
means,
of.
bro.
Oh, yo, like when you're holding in a pee or a fart, there's muscles
Oh,
like
okay,
down,
okay.
like you know behind your balls there. There's
Like
but so
Kegels?
Kegels, yeah, you squeeze those muscles and it actually squirts juice, spinal fluid up into your brain.
Pause.
Juice. Yeah, maybe I should just stop here.
Wait, no, but what is that? What is that? What is that chemical?
Yeah, it's spinal fluid. I can't remember. There's a
it's
certain kind
spinal
of oil as well, but it's like essentially it's spinal fluid, and you squeeze and it shoots the juice up into your brain, and then I know that can make you pass out.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yo, the Wim Hof shit is crazy. There's other kinds of breathing techniques, but like the Wim Hof was a great introduction.
Yeah, yo, North, if you're ever bored, just go on YouTube, look up like Wim Hof breathing exercise. It's like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, I will, because I've done like meditation is the furthest I've gone with breathing exercises, and that's not really focusing on. It is focusing on breathing, but
yeah,
it
this
sounds
is the same
intense,
thing. It's
so.
breath work is like a variation of meditation, to be honest. Kind of like different brandings for the same concept, almost.
I like breathwork better. I like breathwork better because it brings you into a whole new space, right? Like it changes your brain chemistry, and it's easier for me to meditate afterwards. If I sit down now and try to like meditate, like it's hard to pull myself in. But after
it
doing
took me a
like
while to get into it too.
Yeah, after doing like 10 minutes of this breathing, like it gets you in such a zone, dude.
Yeah, because you're kind of focused on one thing, right? That's why.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
That's
That's
sick,
the
yo.
thing, because when you're meditating, you don't know really what to focus on sometimes. But if you're focusing on your breathing, that's what took me so long. Once I started focusing on my breathing, it was easy for me to block everything out. So like if you started like with the breathing first, I could understand why that's easier.
Yeah.
To come back to meditation.
You got that beat, Spitty?
I got both beats. So I realized I don't have the bot set up in Discord yet. So the easiest way for you guys to listen is just go on Twitch or YouTube and just unmute it.
All right,
Okay.
I'll mute us, and then I'll pull up on
you don't have to
YouTube.
mute yourself. It doesn't matter.
It's not gonna come through.
Oh, because you're not using headphones. Oh.
Yo, I've got headphones.
It shouldn't be a big deal though. Do whatever you gotta do. If I see it's coming through, I'll just mute you myself.
All right,
Yeah, just let me know when you
It's not.
press play.
Yeah. So we got two beats from Flo Real and his friend. You can drop his name too. First one's called 805, so I'm gonna play that one just now. Let's go.
Love that guitar already.
Love those voices.
This is clean mix. Those horns.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Yo,
super
is
hard,
the
bro.
mix like sidechain to the kick, or is it just a compressor on the master bus?
Sounds
switch
dope,
up.
bro.
That vinyl texture right there.
I love how it's sectioned off. Yeah, it's perfect. So I love it.
Oh, that reverb on that trumpet is so good.
There's only honestly a song on its own. Doesn't even need vocals.
This is hard, dog. Is anything in here played live? Did you play anything in here live?
Jeez, that was fire. That was 805 by Flow Real and Paper Skies. If you missed North's question, bro, he just asked if you played anything live or if it was all on the DAW. And I just asked what you producing on just because, I don't know, I'm always curious. I'm not even a producer, but I just like asking that. That was sick, though. What'd you think, Jelly, the producer in the house?
That was so fucking sick. That was so sick. I really like the switch up, but between like the two halves of the beat. That was interesting because it started out with kind of like a boom bap kind of snare, kind of old school drums, and then switching to the Manny would actually love this. He hit me up. He wanted a beat boom bap and then trap, kind of at the end. So send this to Manny. He's gonna fuck with this.
Word, I'll hit him up, yo. Yeah, that was clean. He said the instruments were from the DAW. They use FL, and he has a MP2, but we chose to use the DAW this time. North, what do you think about that, yo?
Bro, that was amazing. Like the fact that they even said they just use instruments from FL, like that's fucking dope, bro. You guys did your thing on that. I love the guitars. Like they went in, man.
Yeah, the sound
10 out
selection
of
was
10.
crazy. And the way it just got mad jazzy in the middle, like that was trippy, yo. Dope sample, yeah. Definitely a dope sample. And the vocals, like you said, Jelly, like right away, the vocal, that little the female vocal chop, that was crazy.
Yeah, I was curious if that if those female vocals were like a VST or you had somebody come in to record, because I couldn't tell.
He's saying it's a sample. He said he found an insane tool to
Sample?
find samples. Are you gonna drop the insane tool, or are you gonna gatekeep that?
Yeah, share the
gonna
love,
flex.
man. Share the information.
Let's see what he says, yeah. But yeah, that was a sick beat. Honestly, I was starting to come up with some bars in my head. Yeah, I was like, nah, this is hard.
Oh, that beat was fire, bro. Like very refreshing sound too. Like
Yeah, and he said his boy's an
I like
EDM
it.
producer, which is cool because I didn't really get EDM vibes from that track, to be honest.
nowhere close.
So,
But it explains the horn to me.
Okay, true.
Yeah, it kind of does explain the horn to me.
We added some choir on top, layered with the original samples. True, but you didn't tell us
Gotcha.
where the samples are from, bruh. All right, yo. He sent in another beat too. This one's, I mean, these are just like beat names. This one's like FABC 14, you know? Yeah, real quick. Yo, Jelly, are you like that too with your beat names? Are they just like random titles?
Yeah, man, it's really hard to, even with EDM tracks, anything that doesn't have like vocals or a hook, like everything starts out as like a random idea or a vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you title this vibe? You know?
Yeah.
So it's usually, I'll think of like a random word generator and just like title the beat that, or I'll make a folder. Like recent one was gross. And so the folder's named gross, and like the next like 8 or 9 creations all go in that gross folder, and it's gross 1, gross 2, gross 3. That's all the file names. And then I'll find one of those, whichever one of those 9 really hits, then I'll take that, retitle it, move it into a new session. But yeah, it's fun. It's hard to name shit.
You said you have a name generator?
Oh, just like I'll just Google like a random word generator.
That's sick.
Because you need to save the session as something, right? So like get a random word generator just to pop in the title of the thing. But then if you can't remember, what session that was, because it's just a random word, so it's like, what was that song?
You could just use a date, I don't know. That concept seems, for some reason that concept seems crazy to producers. Yeah, they're like, nah, the date, nah. That's too organized.
It needs to be the date and something else. It can't just be the date. You need something else to spice it up.
Jeez, bro got both Spitty merch on right now. Holy, this guy's out here.
Yes, sir. Yo, I love both of these, man. Jeez. I love your
the elephant.
I love that. I wanted to do like a jellyfish with the same kind of design.
That'd be sick, yeah. Got a tattoo on me, 4L.
My Spitty merch up.
Yeah, yo, he dropped the link too. It's called Chosic, and it looks like a pretty sick site. They have like a random song generator, and it just helps you find like random samples based on genre or country or like anything.
Much respect. That's gonna be big for me, bro.
Yeah, he said he usually
trying to get back into the production game.
He said he usually goes with soul samples in different countries because they're good for sampling. I rate that because you get different languages, different vibes. Yeah. That's dope, yo. All right, he gave us another beat. If you guys are ready for this one, FABC 14. Just make sure you listen to it from the other end. And we going live in 3, 2, 1. Sample game different, bro.
Right.
Really loving that Spanish guitar there.
I see what he's saying about the soul samples
left my heart. You left my heart. With eyes touch my heart.
I hear Conway the Machine on this.
Eyes touch my heart. With eyes touch my heart. With eyes that eyes that with eyes that with eyes that cried.
This one on the MPC. This one sounds like MPC.
How do you tell?
It just feels like it feels like those primo chops.
Word. Okay, I hear you. That was crazy. That was a dope beat.
That was dope, man.
He said FABC.
That sounded way more hip hop than the last one. You know, the last one sounded way more atmospheric and like EDM-y, right? But
that was FL too.
That's crazy.
He said it's Flip a Beat Club, so I'm wondering, was there like an original beat y'all flipped, or that's what FABC stands for? Is Flip a Beat Club.
I'm on their website now.
You're on there. This guy's at it. I like it. Yeah, Jelly, what'd you think of the beat though? While you're at it,
I really liked it. Honestly, the thing that captured me was that snare. That snare hit. It was like a dark snare, right? Like not a lot of like high frequency. It didn't have a lot of crack. It had a lot of body, right? So I really liked the body of that snare. It felt real full. So honestly, the snare was my favorite part. As a that vocal sample was like impressive. I don't know. Drums always get me though. Drums make or break a beat, right? And so I really think that
beat, if you think about it, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that one. Felt way more hip hop than the last one, right? Because it's the same vibe for the whole track.
Yeah.
No big atmospheric interludes in between things. You know, you could definitely rap on both of those, but like this one sounds way more
Classic.
kind of like boom bap.
Yeah, golden era.
Classic. Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, because North, you said you could hear Conway on that, and Conway's like typical like boom bap,
Straight hip hop.
yeah, lyricist. So, what do you think of the beat though?
Hip
Overall?
hop. Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know me. That's my shit, bro. I love that shit. Like, I agree with that snare because that was like I heard that snare crack and I'm like I can't even like hear anything else, bro. That shit was just crack to me. So, yeah.
Jeez, he said he could hear the God Fahim on the second beat. I don't think I've heard of that.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
God. You know this guy? Is he dope?
I heard of him like actually just this year. He's really dope
I'll
still.
have to check him out. And he linked the original track too. Y'all can listen to that on your own time. Just
Nice.
to compare. I won't play it because we might get flagged for copyright.
Definitely. No, I feel you.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, there's something there. So I'm curious about these beats. Like,
Oh, yeah.
clearly sampling something there, right? In each of them, like the vocals. It's like the thing that gets in the way of me kind of making beats in that style is having to like clear the samples. You know, there was that thing recently with Splice. You know, some creator put out a sample pack. One producer used the beat, dropped it. Justin Bieber used the beat, dropped it. Producer one sued Justin Bieber, and producer one won. But
Jeez.
this dude
Really?
who made the sample, the
song?
dude who
What
made
song?
the
Do you know?
sample got nothing for it though, you know. So
Mm.
so it's on one hand, it's like the dudes making the sample is like they're not getting paid for shit, and on the other hand, it's like if everybody's using the same samples to drop stuff, like it can get real complicated, real quick. So I guess if Hello Real still in the stream, like let me know like what's going on with this track in terms of like samples and like you being able to lease it out and drop it. Where are you getting
That's
the
a good
sample?
point, yeah.
How did they win that case though? Like, I need to read
Because they
Splice
used
terms
it
and
first.
conditions.
They used it first.
But that's what makes me curious about Splice's terms and conditions because I thought they were royalty-free samples.
They
Like
are.
you pay to use
They're
the streaming
free.
service.
They're free for you to use as the dude downloading it and using it. Like it's free for you to use. But it seems like so like once you take that
Uploading's
sample
different.
and drop it in a project,
Mm.
you've used it and you've added it to your own thing and you've dropped that thing. So you can make the claim that this thing was free for you to use, and so you used it and dropped it, so now it's yours, right? That's kind of your way to claim it. And now I'm sure not everybody's going to be
Suing people.
everybody else, you know.
Yeah.
But
Hope not.
you know, this proves that like you can make a case that you've incorporated it enough into your own work that you own copyright of that. Because the dude who made the sample signed away his rights, you know. Splice
That's
paid
what
him
I
his
assumed.
7
I
cents.
thought that's what royalty-free meant.
It is. Well, yeah, it is. It's free for you to use. But you know,
Interesting.
this is what I'm saying. We're entering into this weird zone of copyright now. Since everybody can use these samples, this buddy of mine locally, he's trying to build a sample library, kind of like NFTs, where once you download the sample, it's gone.
Mm.
That's
So-
dope.
One of one.
Nobody
sample.
else can
That's
use
dope.
it. Yeah. Well, and if you made the sample and it gets used, you get
Percentage.
A percentage.
you get a percentage. That's trickier to work in, right? But
Yeah.
that's his desire.
That's dope. I hope he's successful with that because I never heard that concept before.
It's new, right? And well, and here's the thing too. It's like we're young, right? We're coming into a music industry that is so old, and it's up to we're gonna watch the transition from old world to new world, right?
Yeah, it's already happening.
Yeah.
100%. I feel like the industry's trying to just keep up in some ways, you know? There's a stat about how like
Nah, but
40% of the major artists that got signed in the last 2 years blew up off TikTok. That's how they got found.
No way.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like over 1 in 3 major label signees in the last since the pandemic, so since 2020.
What does that even mean, though? Signed to a label in these days.
What does that mean? Oh, I mean, yeah, that could mean different things. Depends on the way you work out your deal. But I think a lot of
Well,
these,
and for how?
I think a lot of these TikTok artists, like if they're just getting signed off a song or two, they're getting locked into probably bad deals. To be honest.
I would say so. You're hot now, so we want to use you, and then we don't want to use you anymore once you're not popular.
Yeah, I mean the
Tax write off.
best advice I've ever heard is like if labels are trying to come to you like with offers, like when that starts happening, that means they're seeing your future value, and that's why they're approaching you. So like that should be a sign to be like, yo, it more so depends like what you want to do. Like, are you okay doing all the work and like handling yourself, or do you want to just like let some things go? You might lose some money, lose some of this, but it's more easy for you because the label kind of handles some things. It's like it's give and take, I think, you know.
As long as you can see how it's gonna end, because I feel like a lot of people will sign contracts and not see the end with the end in mind. They just see like, okay, I'm gonna get this advance. We'll figure it out after that, and like then they
it's
start
appealing,
complaining.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's really important to just like plan to the end. Oh shit!
We lost Jelly, but the best thing.
Phone probably died.
Hopefully not. Yeah. Yo, Jelly. Nah, he's gone. Okay, let me just change the outline real quick.
Oh shit!
Otherwise, the video will look all messed up. Bam. All right, that's all good. What were we just saying though? Hi, brain. Oh, I heard the beep beep. Jelly, you back? So North, what do you got? What do you got coming up? Anything coming up for the rest of this month or early next year?
I got a Christmas party on Friday. I'm really excited about. I think I'm gonna bring my record player out.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring my record player out. And just like Christmas parties for the rest of the year, I think right now I'm just planning for like how I want my next year to look, you know? Like what exactly changes I want to make. Actually, like I really like how you approach your year this year. So like shout out to you, man. Because I was like that's kind of been some inspiration for how I want to tackle this year going forward. Like so if you have any advice for me, like in terms of like online, because I realize you're like very good with the online stuff now.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you've been good with the online stuff. That's how I found you in like 2018.
Yeah, bro.
Like you put out a freestyle.
Yeah, and that's just like me just watching what works for other people, and then being like, yo, like I could do this too, you know. And
yeah.
I think what you said though is super key. Like I do the same thing. Like it's December. Like I start planning for the next year, you know, because like December is like we were saying, it's basically just Christmas time, holidays time. Like it's not the best time to drop like your best song ever. I mean, it worked for Roddy, but that's like that was a miracle moment, you know. Like for most people, I think it's better to be more strategic. So yeah, I try to plan my year. Last year around this time, actually, literally this day, December 14th, I went on tour to America for like 6 weeks, and that was sick because like that way I ended the year and started the year like feeling like I was already doing something, you know. Like I started the year in Miami, bro, and like I already done so many shows in America, and it felt like it's literally like the first day, and I've already accomplished what normally you wouldn't have done for like a month. So I think that's a key point that actually that I'm saying is like start the year off strong, you know, and like ride that momentum.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
the stuff like the freestyles and stuff, I think the key is just consistency. Like say like I don't know, you could do like I've seen a lot of people do like in terms of DJs like DJ mix videos like
that's
this song
that's
transitioning
the
to
main
song.
thing I want to focus on.
Because those are like easy like 20-second transition clips, TikTok content, and like it goes viral because people relate to the music already. So and then when you start doing those, the key is just like, you know, do one a month, one every 2 weeks, one a week, and like try to keep it at it doesn't have to be like the exact pace because then it makes it boring because they know what it's coming, but make it consistent enough so that like I don't know, like I hate when I see an artist and like I meet them and then they're like, yo, follow me on Insta, and then you follow them and they haven't posted in like 8 months. Like they don't have music for like a
Exactly.
year. It's like, bro, what's even the
Facts.
point? Like if you don't believe in yourself or like show that you're trying, like other people aren't gonna
Exactly.
really care, you know?
They're not gonna follow suit.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's what we were
that's a good
saying
point.
earlier about how like you got to maintain that true connection with your fan base, right?
Yeah.
The people that find you got to be consistent in giving them what they signed up for.
That's 100%. Even like
That's
earlier
real.
this year, pretty much until like 4 weeks ago, from August till end of November, I was doing like a post a day pretty much for like 4 months straight. And the thing is it didn't
That's
really
dope.
like I never went viral off it. I never had any crazy algorithm pushes. I never got like random big chunks of followers. And so I posted, I was like, yo, I'm gonna stop doing the day. Like I told everyone, I was like, yo, this is what I was doing, and it didn't work. But then I had so many people who already followed me messaging me like, yo, like even though like it didn't reach the other people, like we were still seeing it, you know, we still rock with it. So it's like there's give and take. Like it's like, yeah, on one hand you want to reach new people, but on the other hand you want to keep the people that you already have, because like the 1,000 true fans thing, the reason
Facts.
they say that is because like if 1,000 people gave you $100, that's $100,000, and that's like way more than I've ever made in a year, you know. So
Exactly.
you could so the new one that I've heard that's more like modern, because there's just so many people, is like instead of 1,000, get 10,000 people that can pay you $10, and then
Yeah.
that kind of works out the same way, you know. But the key there in
Facts.
either situation, I think is building it one person at a time, one fan at a time. Like I wish I went viral or like had like crazy moments like that, but honestly it hasn't happened yet, and you can't like rely on that, you know. You got to build up your foundation.
I think another thing for me is like another textbook diagram is like that guy that was digging for the diamond and he was right,
right
there
there.
when
Yeah.
he stopped. You know what I mean? So
I
I
seen that
feel like
picture, yeah.
it gets God mad discouraging, but sometimes you just want to keep hitting it a little bit more because the diamond could be right there, fam.
And that's a bit like gambling, bro, because it's like you never know if that next hit's gonna be like the jackpot, if you're gonna lose everything or whatever, right? And it's like
Facts. Yeah.
it's hard. Like it's hard to tell yourself like, yo, I gotta keep going when you don't see that diamond there yet. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you really believe in the goal, like, and the passion of what you're doing, I think that should rise above
Exactly.
everything else, you know? Like the actual act of doing
Exactly.
the thing and not the results that come from it.
And you're not even trying to be a viral star. That's not your main goal.
Nah, and that's like a weird goal to have, because if you got that one time, like it's probably gonna be pretty hard to do it again or to do it better than the first time. Usually the first viral moment's the biggest one, you know? And so it's like I don't know,
Exactly.
it feels like actually I was doing this was either with Jelli or with someone else this summer in a podcast where I was like, yo, I actually felt good that I didn't go viral yet, because like I feel like if I did and then I was down, now I would feel like, yo, I'm just trying to get
Yeah.
back to where I was. Whereas for me,
Yeah.
I haven't peaked, you know. I'm just getting better and better. So it's like I'm always looking forward, because I'm like, yo, I'm still going to where I need to be.
Exactly.
Well, it's like a slow
that's a really
burn,
good way to
right?
look at it.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
you're
slow
growing
burn.
slowly.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, it's
That's
not
with steady work.
always fun, you know. It's not always fun, but it's like when you can look back and be like, yo, I've still been going and working. Then there's satisfaction in just the work sometimes.
Facts. That's real.
Yeah, man. Yo, Jelly, what
That's real.
happened? Your phone died?
Yeah, my my phone died. I just switched from Android to Apple, and this battery's not lasting as long as my
You gotta stick with the Android,
Android
bro.
works.
That's my people. Me and my Androids.
I wanted to try it out. I've never had an iPhone before, right? Last Apple product was like I had a laptop, and then I had like an iPod Touch like back in the day.
Classic.
Yeah.
But I figured I would give it a shot. And you know what? I really love the AirDrop.
Okay,
Android doesn't
AirDrop
have-
is goated. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, but
Yeah.
Samsung has AirDrop, but only for Samsungs, you know. So if you got a lot of Samsung friends, it could help you. I don't have a lot of Samsung friends, so it doesn't help me.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's all like
honestly,
a team thing, you know.
I'm sick of all the different technologies. You know, I kind of wish for there to be one ruling tech AI overlord that
Monopoly?
just
You want a
gives-
monopoly on tech?
you know, it's like there's pros and cons, right? There's a pros and cons. I mean, I'm a big fan of Elon, right? Like the shit that he's doing, because it's super cool, super
Like
progressive.
the flamethrower?
Yeah. I mean, like I would buy one of those if I could.
They're pretty
blast
sick.
my stuff. Yeah, but like he's got
The Boring Company.
he's got the his phones. He's coming up with phones
He's
in
got
the
phones?
next year, I think. He's coming up with phones
What the-
because Starlink is supposed to go live this year, early this year. That's what 6 months ago. That's what I read. Early 2023, Starlink goes live, and we can connect to Starlink with our phones or
From anywhere
Tesla
in the world.
phones. Anywhere in the world, yeah, or anywhere where there's service, which is supposed to be anywhere, at least within North America, you know. So it's like
crazy.
20 years from now, like other companies are going to be sending up their shit to space, I'm assuming, to beam directly to your phone, which is already pretty much what's happening. But
With like
nobody's pushing the way Elon is pushing. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'll take anything he gets, right? If I could get a Tesla car, I would get a Tesla car.
True, true.
You know, I'll take his Tesla phone. You know, I'll use his Tesla satellites. Like, if he's the monopoly, like, I'll go that route, because nobody else is doing anything interesting and innovative the way he is. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, they're up there for sure. Google does some good stuff though too. Google's got pretty much like the same ventures as Elon does, because they got the self-driving cars and the space stuff and all that good shit. But Elon's like crazier, so I feel like he just does it faster, you know?
The dude's definitely a little crazy. That's why
He doesn't care.
So
He'll
cool.
just do it. He just overworks everybody, and they just hustle and do it. Google's like,
You know, I don't exactly understand his buying Twitter thing.
I think it's a flop, bro. I think it's not worked out for him.
You think it hasn't worked out for him?
Nah, bro. His whole thing was he wanted it to be a place of like free speech where you could say whatever, and now he's like banning people and
people
stuff. Yeah, it's like kind of feels like you know when governments get overthrown by the regime or whatever, and then everyone's like, yeah, and then they end up becoming the exact
And
same.
the
as
regime doesn't know
government.
what to do.
Yeah.
It's like that's what happened. It's like this guy overthrew the government, like the army regime, and he's like, we made it, and he's like, oh, now what, bro?
Yeah,
I think I see what he was trying to do, but he
100.
should have took a step back.
Yeah.
I think he's too in front of it. Like, I think he's trying to do what those people do. Like, every big company has some sort of news corporation. Like,
Word.
if you're like big into like whatever's going on in the world, you own some sort of media, like whether it be old media or new media. So I think he was just trying to get his hat in that ring, but I think I think he was having too much fun with it.
Yeah.
I think he was having way too much fun with it.
The guy has fun. Well, I know he was talking about like there was the Trump Biden election, and he was talking about a bunch of like the media blocking Trump from doing shit or something like that, you know, and being Twitter being tied up with in bed with the government. Yeah, so it's like I think a big motivation was for him to just be able to like leak documents and show what's going out, but it's like I don't know if it changes anything, you know?
Yeah.
This world's attention span, bro.
Yeah, and the internet's crazy because like, yo, like you guys have seen all the AI stuff that goes around, right? Like at this point, you could be tweeting at someone that's just a bot, you know, like, and they could be putting out full form sentences. Like, they prove that Russia was like manipulating Facebook ads to convince people to vote for Trump and shit. It's like,
Yeah.
and that's like bots, you know. It's like not even real people doing it. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like the internet's easy to get lost in and be manipulated because like the truth, you find whatever truth you're looking for. I find on the internet. The whole like
Yeah.
That's what COVID taught
the
me.
whole do your own research is like you do your own research and you end up finding what you wanted to find. You rarely find a guy that like changed his mind drastically off some internet research.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if
No,
you guys
I
had an
agree.
experience with this, like getting shown ads based on some shit you've been talking about.
For sure.
1000%.
That's a little weird.
Every day that shit happens to
That's a
me.
little
I'm
weird,
used to
yeah.
it now. I don't know where it comes from, but I know I just see it. I'll be talking about Home Depot and then fucking I hang up the phone and now I'm seeing Home Depot ads on YouTube, like literally instantly. Like, it's insane.
Pros and cons of like a technocratic authoritarian society, you know. you get to see the products that you're talking about, right? It's
That's
like
the thing is,
at the end of the day, you get to see what you wanted to buy. I've bought 2 courses based on YouTube ads that they knew that I had extra money and I was interested in this, right? So they gave me what I wanted at the end of the day, right?
if anything, the ads are better than like TV ads, right? Because we used to just all watch the exact same ads, but now We get catered ads. Like
Tailor-made.
I've bought so much random stuff off of Instagram ads, bro. Like clothes and hats and who knows what, bro. And like it actually comes out pretty dope. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
That's good to hear because I've been like very like sketched out about Instagram ads. I'll see some fire shit, go into the comments. I never left this item. This shit never showed up. What's going on?
Yeah,
I'm
so-
just like, I'm gonna stay away from Instagram.
So a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie, like most of the Instagram ads when you see like the really fly stuff, it's coming from China, like express shipped. But what ends up happening with some of those people is just they live in random places and their shipment gets lost because it's going through like 3 countries or whatever, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I have had like one time I bought this like $200 bomber jacket. It never showed up, and I had to like call my credit card company and be like, "Yo, they scammed me and stuff." But the good thing about credit cards is credit cards give you your money back, yo. It's actually a genius scheme.
Every time.
What a scheme,
Every
bro.
time.
Yeah. All you gotta do is call them and explain the situation. So
I didn't
I
know
was
that.
scammed.
there's actually a blessing to credit cards versus if you try to pay directly from your bank can't help you with that. And they're not gonna want to because that's their money going back to you.
Right.
The best they're gonna do for you is the NSF, and you still have to pay for that.
What's NSF?
Non-sufficient funds.
Oh, not sufficient. funds.
Yeah. Best they'll do and return the money to the sender or something.
Right. But then see,
Yeah.
like, say the transaction went through. Like in this case, I paid them 2 months, but the shipping didn't come.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
So that's why with the
over.
credit card, they give you like 120 days or something. You can revoke a transaction.
Dispute.
Yeah. It's pretty blessed.
I've seen that in movies and stuff that there's gonna start to be like ad placements based on like you as a consumer, right? So like you're watching a movie, somebody's got like a food bag, and if you're likely to buy McDonald's over Burger King, the movie you're watching, because they know you're watching, is gonna have a McDonald's on there, as opposed, right? Or a Coke versus Pepsi. He's got targeted ad placement. I think that's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous, to be honest.
There's
I feel like they're wasting their energy on this stuff.
but for the ads, bro, that's where they make the money, you know. The internet runs off ads. Like that's how everything's funded on the internet.
Oh, for sure. What Elon wants to make you pay $8 to be verified or something like that. What do you think of a paid internet, paid access?
I mean, we pay to get internet, right? Like to get the access to
True.
the internet. But
Right. Facebook.
I think people would find a way to bootleg it.
yeah, I mean that's the good thing about the internet is like it's not like TV where you have to go through like these sanctions and stuff. You can just like on my computer, I have a website. Like if you have any computer can host a website, just turn it into a server. You know, there's no real rules, which is like the blessing I think. When you go to like China and stuff, you can't even access Google. You got to use like Baidu or whatever. That sucks, bro.
Yeah. I've had this idea.
Too, like,
VPNs, yeah.
VPN, well, that lets you watch like Netflix in other countries too, right?
Yeah, or like in India, they
But
don't.
your computer's in a whole nother country. So even if the United States was like, you know what, $8 for internet, I'm like, all right, bro, I'm going to Canada. I'll use Canada internet. It's the same thing, and you have to pay. So I feel like there'll always be like, there's always gonna be a workaround. I don't think you'll be able to like, unless there's like world government comes around. I don't think it'll be as easy to do that.
Yeah, but I think I'm more for free for everyone. You know, like as soon as you start putting pay restrictions, you're just creating like classism basically. Because then like
that's wild.
Only the rich people can tweet their thoughts. You know, that's kind of messed up, no?
Or access certain information.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's universities right there. I think universities should be free, man. Like the better educated a society is, the better the society does, right? So like, why the fuck do we have a paywall on education, right? Like, if you don't have the funds to become like a psychotherapist, and you would be really good at it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, life just gave you like a different hand, right? So like, I think we should all be able to go to college, university to do whatever the fuck we want, right? Because like a better educated society does better, right? Take everybody from the Congo and give them a bachelor's degree. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen to that country? People are gonna be a lot better prepared to deal with the world and change things and make decisions and analyze shit, right? So free education, I think that's the first place to start.
I want to say some countries in the world have like free university, but
Sweden.
They do.
I can't name which ones. Probably in Europe somewhere. And it's weird that like like for the first 12 grades in Canada, unless you're in private school, it's free, and then all of a sudden you're just paying like 20 G's a year or whatever. It's kind of random.
Yeah. Well, it's the downside is that like when you are in like those free 12 years, it's government curriculum, right? So it's not like it's free education, but it's like it's what it's what the government wants you to learn.
Yeah.
Not to be no conspiracy there, right?
How would you get around that though, right? Like someone has to govern, like someone would have to mandate the education. You can't just have like everyone learning their own thing. That's like do your own research again.
Well, so Jordan Peterson's been talking about this. It's like university, free to go to, right? If you want like a qualification, you do a test, and only the top 15, 20% get the qualification, right? If you fail this, your finals, if you fail, if you're in the bottom 80%, you can do it again. You can keep doing the school, but only the top 20%, 10% get the qualification. And maybe that's something you have to pay for, like probably at some level there has to be a barrier, but like I've learned like there's so much shit from university that I don't remember, but I benefited from being in that environment, you know what I'm saying?
True.
So like
there's a lot of life experience that comes with it too.
For sure. I mean, and just
and
like
the people you meet, I think that's the key.
That's key, yeah.
The people you meet and the network you build.
Yeah. Well, it's like just because the university's free doesn't mean everybody's gonna want to go, right? Like, there's a bunch of bums. Like, the studio's downtown, right? There's a bunch of like bums just running around the street. You can tell them, bro, do you want to go to like an astrophysics course? They'll be like, nah, man. So like not everybody's gonna go, and but there's gonna be an opportunity for these guys to be able to go if they want. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
If they want to change their life.
Yeah, it's like right now there's a barrier. If they want to go to university, they need to there's like a huge list of things. Deal with the drug problem. It's like that's tier one as opposed to getting
tier one. Yeah,
you're right.
Baseline. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like we have free.
I do like that
idea.
idea. So. I swear, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I heard Canada talking about making something free up to a certain point. I don't remember what it was, but then somebody started talking about how much debt we were in. Okay. So the conversation never came back up.
Bro, we invented money. How are we in debt to ourselves over like
bad stuff, man?
Monopoly money that we run, like it doesn't make sense to me.
I feel like it's like an illusion for us. That too. It's also an illusion because where does all this COVID money come from? And like all this money that they're giving to the Ukraine.
Inflation. Inflation. That's why our dollar is so low value, because they gave all the money to Ukraine. They gave all the money to people for COVID relief,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
I don't know the numbers, yeah. But the thing with the Ukraine is we're kind of forced to do that because we're in NATO, Have no choice. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
It's like if any country stepped on Canadian turf, bro, we'd have backup like no tomorrow, bro. Yeah. America would be sending troops our way. America would be rolling the tanks in, bro. We're set.
Yeah.
I actually totally forgot that point.
It's give and take, that's the struggle. That's the struggle though. It's like you gotta help your bro. Exactly. And the reality is like who's coming to attack Canada when we're next to America? Nobody. But on the off chance
until
Russia decides to come from the top, bro, through Alaska, you never know.
Exactly. You never know, man.
China comes from that. You never know, bro. So we gotta watch out.
Shout out to NATO, bro.
Nah, but that's
shout out to NATO.
Yeah. Money talking, money roll, bro. That's the trick about money, bro. Yeah, you just print it. However much you want.
Facts.
But I went to Vietnam one time, bro. Their currency is so inflated that 50 American dollars is $1 million in their currency. 1 million.
Jesus.
That sounds like Jamaica.
Bro,
not literally, but
I know. I was a millionaire on my first day. I freaking their notes are like 20,000, 50,000. It's insane. It's a good life.
And it's like you go like $1,000 in Jamaica is like $10.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Same deal.
Yeah.
So it's just like
okay. So like, how does that translate? So like, if you get your 10 Canadian dollars, convert it. Do you have like you can get a hotel, you can get like meals, all just for like 10 Canadian bucks?
Nah, the price is higher out there too.
Okay.
Prices, yeah, it would be like for a hotel, probably like 40,000, and it sounds nuts, but it's like
That does sound nice.
$400 for the resort. You know, like
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, for resort, that makes
yeah.
sense.
Cars are like $1 million.
That's
All right, so
wild.
$1 million. You know,
The
like
cost is
100,000 maybe.
equivalent. Cost is equivalent. Just the currency is different.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends where you go
Yeah.
to. Like, definitely, like, probably some of the Caribbean, because they're, like, American tourists and stuff. They know that they can charge, like, that price. or
Oh
whatever.
hell yeah,
In
Mm.
hell yeah.
in Vietnam and Asia, 'cause
Montego
it's,
Bay's
it's,
nasty.
it's so far off, bro. Like, you can get, like, I got a banh mi, like a sub, 9-inch sub, for 25 American cents.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Where is this?
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yes, sir.
Vietnam.
Damn, bro.
Did you feel safe over there?
Yeah, bro. I actually felt so safe. Not even gonna lie. But like, I wasn't doing like crazy stuff. Like there was one time when I was like at
Yeah.
night, like it was like after a club, and I was walking late, and then I felt like, yo, this is a little sketchy. But like most of the time, nah, they're mad chill, bro. And the thing about like a lot of those Asian countries is like they see like non-Asian people as like I don't even know, like aliens, bro, like superheroes. Like they take pictures with like anybody, like just like if they see a white person, they're like, yo, you're like somebody. I gotta take a picture with you. You're just like
Yeah,
a regular
yeah,
white
yeah,
guy. It's
that's
crazy.
wild.
Yeah, it's fun though.
And they'll show it to their friends.
They show it to their friends, bro. I was sitting by the lake on this fountain, and this family, this young couple with their little kid got off a moped. They're like, yo, can we get a picture with you? And I'm like, I'm not rapping, bro. I'm just chilling there. I'm just a regular guy. And just because I was brown, I was like, okay, sick.
Bruh. And then they'll probably go home and be like, I met somebody brown.
I wonder how they even describe that, bro. It's so funny.
They must. I don't know, man. I could imagine.
Yeah, that's jokes.
This friend of mine was in China, and so the kids he was teaching at a school, and the kids walk around and they go like this, instead of like doing Chinese eyes, like they do the big eyes. I thought that was super funny.
That's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
That's cute.
That's
Yeah.
reverse
That
racism
is
right
cute.
there.
So,
Reverse racism.
yo, I used
yeah.
to work. I used to work with First Nations youth. Like I used to take 3 planes and go to like resorts. Not resorts, reserves.
Reserves, yeah.
And this is when I had like a mini afro. The first thing they always wanted to do was touch my hair.
Touch
Like
your hair.
first
Yeah.
thing, they never seen hair that looked like mine before. They only seen it on YouTube. They're like, hey, there's a picture of just all of them touching my hair. Like I wish I could find it. The guy never sent it to me, but yeah, like
That's jokes.
it's different when they haven't seen it out there. They all want to take pictures. They're all interested because it's like something
is
they
there,
never
like-
had access to.
Is there like another race that has interesting hair, like gingers?
Yeah, gingers.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think that's
redheads.
it.
Yeah.
Redheads. And, yeah. I think that's it. Unique hair.
Yeah, albino, I think too.
True. That's a unique color. I mean, that's a whole unique beast.
Race,
So
species
All
of people.
experience.
that's funny. It's like if you see an albino person, like, could you be like, "Yo, bro, like, can I get a photo with you? Cause you're weird." Like,
Nah, you can't do it. But if you were Asian in Vietnam, they could get away with it.
yeah, right.
Yeah, if you go to a place, they don't have access to it. I feel like it's cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're mad curious. They don't know what the boundaries are.
Yeah. In urban Canada, we got restrictions on
That
kind
might
of
be an
stuff.
issue.
Yeah.
So,
That's funny, man.
yeah,
I
that
was
might be
I
an
was
issue, so.
when I was working at Canadian Tire when I was younger, there was this dude, this shopper, and he looked identical to my buddy's older brother. And so I asked him, I was like, "Dude, can I get a photo with you?" And he's like, "Sure." And then his facial expression, what he did with his hands, it was exactly what my buddy's brother would have done. And I was like, I thought I was getting pranked, man. It was so uncanny because the way he behaved, the way he spoke, the way he looked, it was exactly like my buddy. And I send it to my buddy, and he's like, "Is my brother at work with you? When's that photo from?" Anyway, so my buddy confirmed it looks exactly like his brother, and then we showed it to the dude,
Brother,
the
yeah.
doppelganger, his brother, and he's like, "That doesn't look like me."
Wow.
Who's that guy? I don't know that guy.
That's
I thought that
funny.
was funny, but this is an example of me taking a photo with like somebody
Some random?
over here,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the way they look,
That's jokes, yo. I mean, that's really the podcast supposed to end at 11. We're just in overtime right now, to be honest. Not gonna lie, just having fun. You guys, I was asking North earlier if he got anything to plug. He was saying he's just getting ready for the new year. You're obviously building your studio, but anything else you want to let people know about? You got coming this month or early next year, Jelly?
Oh. Yeah, so the studio is like the way I'm trying to support myself. You know what I'm saying?
Sick. So you're not
But
doing
I've
no
got
construction jobs right now?
not anymore. Not anymore. I've got okay. So I've made a connection with a buddy in town, a new buddy, new guy. He's just a guy at this point. We're not buddies, but we're growing. You know, he's
Bro,
some
no
human in town.
Why'd you backtrack your friendship, bro?
I mean, I didn't mean. Oh, see, I didn't want to like assume we're buddies. Yet. You know, we've met like twice, but he's having me help him build soundproofing. He's got multiple properties. He's got a Airbnb. He wants to soundproof it and create a jam space.
That's dope.
And he wants to get like a membership and have bands come in. And so I'm going to be involved with helping him set up that project because it sounds super cool.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
And there's this thing, I try not to talk about it too much, but like while I'm doing all this stuff, I'm trying to I'm in the middle of a business plan for an app to support the local music industry. You can find studios on there, you can find videographer, photographers, but also as an artist, you can stream your music on there. And based on where you are, your location,
right?
Like as an artist, based on where you are, you're in the local stream, right? And then everybody else listening, like you get to listen to music like within your bubble. You can't drop a pin, listen to LA, Toronto, New York. It's strictly you have no choice but to support the local music industry and discover the art that's there, you know?
Yeah, that's
because
I like that.
The problem that we have is like what we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast, and even throughout the podcast, trying to like algorithms and all this bullshit that has nothing to do with the art that we're making, right? If it's a demo, if it's a master, that's its own thing. But like, I want you to be able to listen to your local music industry and support it. If there's a show going on, I want you to know that it's going on, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm like a quarter of the way through the business plan. I gave up as I was preparing to move into here in October. But now that I'm set up here, I'm back on my grind trying to like get this thing because I'm gonna need a solid business plan if I'm gonna get a grant or investors and shit to build a demo, and I'm gonna be building a website to get like signups and stuff because I'm gonna need a big list of names to help me get a grant or to show interest, right? So that's the big dream. Like, if we have this December 2023, if we have this conversation, I'm hoping to have already had this thing going.
Beta testing or something.
Beta testing, yeah, because it's gross. What we're doing is gross. So, like, it doesn't even matter, right? We're competing with the algorithm and TikTok fame and
gross. That's a good way of putting it, bro.
It's gross, It's like Spotify. I mean, you were saying, I saw you post Spitty on your story. Spotify's going to start introducing like location-based listening or something like that.
Oh yeah, they already introduced it. It's location-based is part of it, but they basically created a TikTok style scrolling on Spotify where the canvas plays as the video and it just plays a snippet of the song, and you can just swipe through songs like you're on TikTok, but it's just music and the tags.
Does that count as a stream, I'm assuming?
I don't know about that, but the thing is the tags are like for stuff like mine, it'll be like Canadian hip hop, boom bap, whatever. So they generate these tags based on when you pitch the music to the playlists, and then that categorizes you. But it's pretty sick because then you can click on the tags and start like discovering music like endlessly.
I do like that. They're still fucking using you the same way Instagram is and stuff like that, though. Like I would, if your song is in a stream, I would want to get paid for them using my content in some portion of the stream, right? Even if
the payout stuff's tricky though, because like say you build this app, right? That means you're gonna have to run ads to make the money, to pay out people.
Yeah, local businesses. So based where you are, if you have like a bakery, right, in wherever, say you have a few different locations, you can help support the app, right, to build local, but it's like you can put a budget of whatever and I'll get your ad in front of people who are nearby you. And so money makes the world go round. So I gotta find a way around that, right? But it's like
Exactly.
local.
No, I like that
know?
concept, bro. That's dope, man.
That's super dope. Real
Appreciate
shit.
that. Appreciate.
And-
What
and,
about you?
Keep me
Spitty?
tapped in on that. I'm gonna keep. I want to stay tapped in on that too.
I'll keep you in the loop, yeah, because I'm gonna definitely need. Up until now, it's just been me talking about this idea with my wife, like for a year, and like kind of bouncing it off people here and there. Just eat like little parts of the idea, just to kind of test it, get some feedback,
Yeah.
to really form the idea before like going at it, right? But like I'll keep
Yeah.
you guys in the loop because I'll need I need input so that I don't go in a weird direction.
Nah, for sure.
You're on a good path, though.
Appreciate
man.
it. I'm hoping.
And
I'm hoping.
Jelly, do you also have a dubstep track drop in this year, or?
Oh yeah. So it's since the studio construction taking all my time, I haven't really done much more with it, but I did a dubstep remix of 24.
Yes, sir. My single
your
from
track
Full
24.
Oh, that's
Circle.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
heard it. It
super
sounds fire. Yeah.
I'm gonna drop it in the feedback
On the
channel
Discord.
on
Yeah,
your
on the
Discord
Discord.
here.
Drop it
Yeah,
in the Discord.
yeah,
Yeah.
I drop it in the Discord to get some feedback, but I'm hoping we can get that rolling New Year's Eve, dropping New Year's Eve.
Jeez. That'd be a good turn up.
24 hours until 2023, you know what I'm
2023,
saying?
Yes,
So,
I like that.
um,
I like that.
yeah, and then I've got a list of things that I want to improve within myself,
Jeez.
for 2023. It's like what are you guys hoping to accomplish this year?
Bro, a lot, man. I'm trying to make. I mean, I quit my job in the end of May, right? And when I did that, I told myself, like, this was a plan I had from 5-6 years ago. But I always knew when I turned 27, I was gonna quit my job if I didn't already make it in music, because I wanted to go full time for a year. So
Yeah.
basically, I was supposed to quit when my birthday was, which is August, but I quit 3 months ahead. So instead of a year, I got 15 months. I blessed myself. So essentially, I got to the end or middle of August to really become sustainable off music. That's my main goal. And like, I don't need to be like big or whatever. I'm just trying to make sure my streams of income allow me to survive, or at least I'm doing stuff where I see that like within the next little bit, I'm gonna make it. Cause like, I've been doing music for a long time, and like it's been going, but I needed to like really go at this point. And I feel like I'm right there. Just need 1-2 things to click, just one thing to click, to be honest. And so, yeah, man, that's where my head's at, and that's what I'm telling myself, is that this is 2023 is the year where it's gonna be full time, the whole year.
Yeah, financially sustainable.
bro.
And is that just real quick, like what are your streams of income right now for music?
So since I quit, the main one has actually been just shows, but those come as like random fat checks like once every while.
Right, yeah.
Then in smaller portions, I've gotten into more like helping people with their marketing. I've helped people set up Facebook, Instagram ads. I've done like a couple consultation calls, helping people just get their brand up. I ran a music business masterclass in the summer. I also do feature collabs. Like I get people who like aren't my homies and they want a verse. I'll be like, yo, I'll do it, but like I'm gonna charge, And so I'll do that. And then like things like merch and music are like very small. To be honest, merch I'm probably in the negatives right at this point, because
That's the way it goes.
it's the way, it's more for brand awareness. I mean, like you rocking this merch, like that's dope. That people come to your studio, that you're wearing it,
Sure.
like that blesses me.
Yeah.
So, and it feels good just to see it. So like I don't even care about that. But yeah, that's kind of the key. I would say going forward, I'm trying to get more into YouTube. So I've started the streams back up. I'm going to be doing more long form content to get monetized and hopefully tap into the social media game. Oh, and I started doing high school talks. I did 2 high school talks, and the second one was like a paid speaking engagement. So yeah, man, just trying anything, to be honest. But the main goal is shows, I would say.
Right. Streaming doesn't do a whole lot.
Well, yo, if you're Russ and you're making like tens of thousands of streams a day, then yeah, he has an interview during the pandemic, not an interview, live, where he said that he only tours to meet his fans. He actually makes all the money he needs just from streaming because it goes straight to his account, right? He doesn't have a label. So it's like,
absolutely.
if you're at his level, independent, and you're making that many streams, you're good. If you're at my level, like, yeah, that streaming money is like, it's cool pocket change, but it's not keeping you going in life.
Right. No, I feel you. Well, yeah, when I was dropping all those beat albums like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I'm still riding off those royalties. Like every couple of months, there's like $100.
Yeah.
I've made like 2,000 bucks off those beat tapes so far.
Yeah, that's solid.
And it's like it's just, I haven't dropped.
That means you're over 500K streams probably.
Yeah, there's one or two tracks that have really taken
they
off.
say
you
a
know?
million. They say a million streams is 3K. So you're probably
I've
like 650.
I've got there's a good amount. I'm gonna I'll take a look and drop the numbers in the thing, but it's
like on Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify.
YouTube actually.
Oh, word.
Because rappers are going to YouTube to find beats, right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's on my app. On this app, another thing I want to showcase local beats, right? To get local rappers on local beats.
And YouTube pays better.
Nice.
YouTube pays better. I think it's up there. Apple pays the most, or Deezer. I think
Tidal pays the most.
Tidal pays the most. I'm thinking of switching to Tidal because they sync with Serato, yeah, streaming is not all that right now. But I know what you're saying. Pocket change just for some stuff, but.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be mad at that. And the thing is sometimes people argue real quick like we should be getting more money from streaming, but like say that happened, that means everyone's getting more money from streaming. So that means like the people at the top are gonna be making like way more money. So it's just like feasibly not possible. Like if you really break it down,
Unless you take money from their percentage and switch it over to the artist.
But like how do you justify that one?
Well,
they're not gonna let that happen.
Exactly.
It's communism, It's like you can't. What's the incentive to like make dope music, or it's like really nail the advertising strategy to get people on board, right? It's like if you're not gonna make shit, like why put in effort? So like I get that. But I do think that they should pay a little more though, a little more than 0.0031.
Yeah, bro.
It's 0.0003 or something like that.
Yeah. But there's also like 100,000 minutes of music uploaded to Spotify every day, and not that much consumed or something. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but like way more uploaded than consumed. So like with that being the ratio, it's kind of hard to justify paying a lot.
We live in like a blessed time, but it's give and take. It's like oversaturated, but you can like we're all in like pretty much our bedrooms at this point, just talking to each other. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Yeah. What about you, North? What do you have? What are you looking forward to this year?
Well, I'm looking forward to like hopefully going on some more tours, doing some more parties, doing some more
talk about your last,
like
talk
long
about the last
form
tour you
YouTube.
did. Talk about the last tour you did real quick.
Honestly, I did like a really small tour. We went to like Vancouver and
with who though?
Victoria, but it was like the biggest show I ever did. We got to open for Whipped Cream and Shaq.
Okay.
Jack Diesel's a DJ, and like that was just a life-changing experience to me. Like
that's sick.
You know what I mean? Like that was wild to just even witness. So and seeing what's possible. Like I didn't know like there was all of these different places doing all these festivals. It was just a big eye opener. So like I'm just trying to capitalize on that. Do more. I'm trying to do more like of my own music, just so I can like one day do my own, go on these shows myself, and not be backing up a rapper as much.
Yeah.
Which is still dope. I love that. I always want to do that, but I also want to be able to like tour off my own merit too,
For sure.
So I just get inspired to go in that direction. Right? Pardon?
You're a producer as well. You make your own.
I haven't made beats in a while. I'm now getting back into it. So like even him dropping that little tidbit of a website, I already loaded that up. Like I'm just trying to get back into it and be consistent,
Yo, since you're a DJ, let me ask you something, because I haven't seen this. So, you go to a rave, there's instrumental music, right? You go to a club, it's music. What about you go into a club and as the DJ just spinning beats, just beats?
I haven't done that yet. But it's something I do want to do because I've been watching. Like one thing I've been looking at this year is like DJ Magazine's top 100 DJs, and like just seeing like who's on the list and who's at the top. A lot of it is like either very basic melodic music or complete instrumentals. You know what I mean? Like dance music, straight up dance music. So it's something I've been looking like to challenge myself to do, and I'm excited about it because I have a specific style. Like, you know, I come from a hip hop background. I come from a reggae, dancehall, Afrobeats background. So I feel like my take on it will be a little bit different. And like even the stuff that I've been finding, trying to create sets around that has been like amazing. So I just like, I'm a guy, I just feed off energy. So like if I'm in front of an audience, I'm gonna find something to play in front of them that they're gonna like. You know, like I just want to make people dance, and I feel like that's the goal of my next year is to create music now on top of the music I'm finding to help people dance.
I gotcha. I like that, dude. Hey, here's another question for you as a DJ. Like, so are you familiar with payola?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So then, how do you feel then about maybe with like a slightly different light on it, but like artists paying you $1 or $2 to listen to the song to consider adding it into your set, like as you.
I don't feel comfortable people paying me to listen to their music. Like I rather you send it to me, and then make like the only time I'll take money to play someone's music, because I'm not gonna play it if I don't like it. So like the money's not gonna affect me. You know what I mean? If I like it, I'll play it. If I can see it in my set, I'll play it. But if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. The only time I'll take someone's money to play their music is if it's in the moment in the club. If someone comes up to me and they're like, "Yo, all my people are here. Take this and just play this record for me."
When they do one of these, like, you know, they show you the phone like this,
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, all right, you know, slide me a thing and I'll play it, you know, because it's your like my whole thing is I'm trying to create an experience, you know what I mean? But I don't feel comfortable with like those like I don't know like those online schemes. Like I don't, because sometimes people just they don't even listen to the music, they just take the money, you know. Like I like to just do shit like in a cool way. So
yeah, no, I've definitely seen people on YouTube doing like a stream or something like that, and it's like you can pay to get to the head of the line or something like that. And then like meanwhile, while the guy is like playing the song, he's like doing something, you know, he's the song is
not
playing.
paying attention.
Yeah, and it would be exhausting to sit for 2 hours and just like listen, you know, to music, and you know, so like I get wanting to just put something on the background, but you know, it's like
I think it makes more sense on a stream, because then if you're popular, like if you're a DJ Academics or Adam 22, there's gonna be a lot of ears. So if people like it, it's gonna work. But like when you're just shooting at a DJ, I think that's kind of weird. Unless of course again it's on live or something where like it makes sense and it translates.
Right. No, that's cool. I'm glad to get your opinion, because like it's been something in my mind, like how to get DJs, because you're a critical part of the music industry, right? Like you are getting the music out there, right? Like if you're at a club, you're the one controlling the aux cord, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So it's like how can we get you paid more? And so that's my first mind was like tipping the DJ, yo, play my song, something.
Yeah.
Like, can you think of like any type of like micro stream of income for you as a DJ?
I think in terms of how it could work for you is like the first thing I would say is like tackle the new age radio DJs, because those guys just want to find the new stuff. Like I know this one DJ, he works at Flow and he just got the job, and he's like someone that came up on the scene with me. And I know he genuinely will just go on his Instagram. Frank Sinatra, shout out Frank Sinatra, DJ Frank Sinatra. But he'll go on his Instagram and literally just be like, send me new R&B music. I'm looking for a new R&B music to play on the station. And it's not like tied to no campaign. He genuinely just likes it. So the new age radio DJ is someone I feel like would love to be involved in this type of app. What I feel like how that could translate to the app too is if you had a section just for the local DJs, and you're like, yo, any song you take and actually play in the club, we'll pay you for it. Because then you know the artist is getting their song played in a new space, and you're not just playing them to blindly listen to music. So if you could find a way to like get the DJs to track it, like maybe they have to send you a CSV of the night, you know what I mean? Or like some type of file that they have from the night that you get, because I know on
Yeah.
Serato, whenever I play, I get a CSV, or if I play on Record Box, they'll send me a file of like all my track lists.
Yeah.
And if they play like 3 songs, maybe you pay them out $2 a song, just random number. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something like that.
I like
But,
that. Well, so
there-
it's you liking it, right? And then so the artist
that's
is
the key for me.
the artist is saying, "Yo, so here's my song. I'm gonna put like placing a bet. I'll put like $5 on the song, and maybe you're blind to how much money was placed on the song. Maybe I don't know, but
Yeah.
like so the artist says if a DJ plays my track in a club or whatever, I want to pay them a couple bucks or something like that. And so then you as the DJ, you're going through this app, finding the local music, listening to some shit. You're like, oh, I like that. I want to add that to my set. And then you add it to your set. You submit your CSV to whoever, and then it's like, oh, 3 of the songs that the artists are tipping you for listening to maybe something like that. Because I want to have an incentive for you to like want to start really playing some local artists in clubs locally,
Exactly.
Because I was at a club. I was helping a buddy, an actual buddy. I was helping a buddy. He was doing like stripper parties at a club with his business partner, and so they had DJs coming out, and all the music that was getting played was like your standard. I mean, I'm sure like your standard top 40 hip hop stuff,
Exactly.
And it was boring as shit, because like it like sold the atmosphere, but it would have been real cool to like hear a track that fits that atmosphere from a local artist, and then I don't know, DJ says, yo, the local artist so and so, who knows, but like it would have been cooler to be like, I know that guy, I know the guy who
Exactly.
started this, right? Because it's
But
like,
that's what I mean too, because even with that, you're creating a relationship within the community because they're close. All right, like the DJ might hear a song he likes and they'll be like, okay, this is dope. Like, let me hear more of his stuff. You know what I mean? And then now you created that relationship.
yeah, great idea.
I can't lie.
But,
Keep me in the loop, but I do have to run. I gotta go.
same.
I have a
Same.
Nah, I feel you, bro. That was a dope conversation, though. You guys got my guys Jelli, North English. You guys can follow them on Instagram at Jelli's Underground at North English. And this whole 2.5 hour video will be up on YouTube in like 2 minutes once this ends. So if you guys are ever bored and want to watch yourselves back and learn about what you talked about, you can watch that. Everyone else watching, y'all, appreciate y'all watching, and we're gonna be back next week. We out.
Chat. Peace.